Whoa. And we are live. Welcome to another episode of Monday Madness. I'm a little tired today. I hit the live button before the intro. I played the wrong intro.
Well, you did a better job than my stream yesterday when I did
What
the
happened?
countdown. When we started the countdown, somebody switched the brand stuff to like, well, I don't know, MME or whatever, and that stopped the countdown completely. And I was like, who switched it? Who switched it? And then we were having a whole debate of like, should we just keep going or do you want us to do the countdown over again? So we just did the countdown. So yeah, it was a whole weird thing.
That's fine. What's going on, everyone? We're here tonight with Dom Tover, Ryan Master Nunn, Joe's Dueling, and Dial with his crazy takes.
Yeah,
What's going on, guys? My God, that stream was chaos last night.
It was. I tried really hard to keep order, but like all those different colorful characters in there, I'm just like, man. And then Crazy Joe with his like, dude, this is some of the most insane hot takes I have heard in one stream.
He really should be renamed Contrarian Joe because
Contrarian Joe.
My gosh,
I it's so hard to know when he believes something really or just saying it to piss people off. Sometimes you never know.
You never know.
How was your weekend, Brian?
Yeah, not too bad. Work and more work. So
I can relate to that.
Yep,
pretty much it.
It feels like everybody's working harder this time of year.
I hate the person who invented work, man. We should take him out.
Yeah,
I'm right.
That'll be the person that invented the wheel.
Jesus Christ.
Had to be worked.
Don't worry, AI will take care of that soon enough.
That's true. Hey, listen, the AI can have my job any day.
Yeah,
we can freaking hang out there. I don't give a shit.
That's a whole other conversation.
You know, I sympathize with all you guys that have to work.
Yeah, sure you do.
I'll be working until I'm dead.
Listen, I don't know how many shows I do a week now. I lost count. It's a lot of work. God damn, it's a lot of work.
I mean, yeah, YouTube is his own like
being
own
a content
thing.
creator is a huge job.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a content creator when you have a regular job.
It is very difficult.
So,
I will stress it is very
to
difficult.
be creative in the day in and day out. Make everything work. You need to have the time. And working a regular job doesn't cut it because you put a lot of hours in the content. So it's difficult. So I always everybody who does their streaming and stuff like that because.
Yeah, I have a full-time job, and I'm trying to do YouTube stuff too. And I'm like, dude, it's hard.
Hey, every now and then you just need to phone it in because you just have to.
What was that, Brian?
No, that's why I said YouTube took a back seat for me.
Yeah, I always say
just focusing on work.
I always say I'm going to work on the shows during the week. It never happens. I start playing games. I start doing things, going out, and then sometime around Saturday, around 12 o'clock midnight, I start working on the shows for Sunday and Monday.
Man,
I don't know. I got my schedule down enough now that I know how much time I need. I know what it takes to put it together, and I have enough foundation laid on a regular basis that I know how much time I need to get things done. So
it's kind of funny how I knew people had 2 jobs. They did 2 jobs, went to the gym, and still found time to hang out and have a personal life with 2 jobs. And it's like I sit there. How the hell do you do that? And go to school.
Thank you, Jeff.
And go to school. So it's mind blowing that people can do it. It's just how you prioritize.
I mean, I got young kids too, and that's
boy.
Think they had a full-time job, and
I'm just gonna start.
Together.
I'm just gonna start putting on my services just for the face-up channels. I'll just be the host. Everybody else does the work. I just show up and host the channels, keep order, and
there you go.
I'm pretty good at that now.
Yeah.
Usually. It's not when I step away in Perp and Chris the Bipolar Jedi on the street. Yeah, that was total chaos. I loved it.
Dude.
I don't even know what happened. I came back. The chat was like, Bruce, get control of the channel.
Like, I leave you alone for 5 minutes.
I know. All right, let's get this show going because I don't know how.
Sticks, what the hell happened to the back of your room, man?
I just moved the camera around a little bit.
What's it? Look
Put
like
the other one, man.
hit
That's an eyesore.
What's the Doctor Who stuff that you have back there? Is it a different room?
No, it's over here. It's over here.
Like you're in the storage closet.
Oh. What the?
It's amazing. It's amazing how just turning a corner in a room changes so much.
That was kind of like my apartment before I got all the stuff out and put in the storage unit. If you turn the camera around, all the shit on the other side is so different.
I was about to send you a Uber, Sticks. I was like, if you need a place to stay, you can come stay with me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sticks filming straight from the storage locker at the
exactly
at the U-Haul.
Yeah.
Sticks turned into a hoarder.
All
right, let's get this show rolling before I kill somebody. First up, we're gonna take a look at this weekend's box office. Just a 3-day weekend. We got Bob Marley coming in at 27.7. The Mysterious Madam Web coming in at 15.1.
I didn't think
Dancing Argyle at 4.7. Migration. Why is Migration still in the top 5 at 3.7? And who is going to the theater to watch The Chosen season 4?
What is that?
Whoever gave it $3.4 million.
There's a strong audience there. It's not a huge audience, but it's a strong, dedicated audience that likes to go to the theater and see that type of fare.
The Chosen is the story of Jesus in his early days. I think it plays on CW and other streaming services. I've never seen them put a season of a show in the movie theater. How long is that runtime?
54 minutes.
It's one episode?
What? I couldn't tell you. There's
40
7
days and 40
so
nights.
far.
It's like Jesus' early days. He fought dinosaurs, he fought the zombies.
The
At the same time, politics on the steps in the building, and had his apostles follow him and the people.
What?
I don't know.
Which Bible did you grow up reading?
What?
The Italian Bible.
The Action Bible.
The fact that it's close to Madam Web should tell you something about Madam Web.
Hey, listen, all I know is Jesus had no hate. He washed feet. Remember that.
Yeah.
You saw that bulletin board.
I
That
still don't.
explains Joe's love of feet.
I can't believe the
OnlyFans page.
I can't believe all the news and stuff with Madam Web and how it's very caustic.
Well, you see, Sony's doing now. Sony's pressuring Disney and the MCU to push out Spider-Man because they want to get money in. Kevin Feige's no. So I got look. You don't want I'm tired of the fighting back and
I,
forth.
I don't think Feige has any say in when they put out a
I
Spider-Man
know,
movie.
but they're pressuring Disney to put out Spider-Man next year, and they
So-
said next year's not coming out.
Sony can put out a Spider-Man movie anytime they want.
They don't need MCU.
But they have a
Feige
contract.
They don't need
does.
MCU.
They have a contract with MCU now, so that's the thing. They can't break the contract.
Yeah,
They
the
have-
contract
Wait,
they
what-
could
what's the
use
contract?
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is the
this?
contract? What is the contract?
What is this contract? Let's go.
The,
What's
the,
the
con-
contract though?
Well, the contract. Well, apparently, all right. Tom Holland Spider-Man is the MCU Spider-Man. So the contract is that they can use Tom Holland MCU can use Tom Holland anytime, but Sony needs to give the okay for
I
like the
think that's
script.
true.
I don't understand with the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield thing that they could put them in the movies and make them the regular Spider-Man, but they don't want that. They want Tom Holland. That's what they want. They want to put Tom Holland in the Sony movies, and they're avoiding doing Miles Morales at the moment. Miles Morales could work perfectly in the Sonyverse. I don't understand.
I wouldn't trust them with these writers. I wouldn't trust them with these writers.
I know,
yeah,
I know.
based on how much Madam Web made, I don't know what
That's
I
the
trust
problem,
Sony
though.
with live action.
One thing I don't understand with the Sony universe is why they haven't just used the writers from the Spider-Man movies to write the Sonyverse.
I don't
It's
know.
it's their writers. It's not like the writers are beholden to the MCU or Disney or anyone else. They're Sony writers. It
You know,
baffles me.
But it's scary because you think about the writers. Like we all know, it's the writing. You know, the writing has been very bad in a lot of things, and Sony to put out Madam Web, to think that Madam Web was gonna fucking make all this money, and
I don't think they thought it was going to make a lot of money. Like I said,
I think they thought it would be serviceable though.
I just think they're doing what Marvel and DC should be doing, taking chances. This time it didn't pay off. It doesn't mean they shouldn't make more movies.
taking
You know, see what
they're not really
didn't
taking
work.
chances. They're just
Seeing
using
what
the
didn't work
properties
and
they have
just,
access to.
You know,
But let me ask you a question. You're taking chances, right? But you take chances with characters that are unrecognizable to the average fan that goes to see Spider-Man.
exactly.
Take chances with something that people know.
That wouldn't work.
But
though.
that-
Go
But
ahead.
that's what they have. That's what they have to do down. They have
Like
to
they-
kind of take stuff that's out there that nobody knows about to try and build on that stuff
Because they don't have anything else.
They don't have anything but
with-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's
within
like that's how the MCU built its foundation,
They-
taking C-level,
Yeah.
D-level characters and making them popular. So
Well,
they
you know
can
why?
make these spider characters, more popular. The fact of the matter is they've been failing. So
Well, you know why that
Right,
that the MCU was so popular with the characters that are unrecognizable, to like the average viewer, was that they didn't have the rights to Spidey or the X-Men, and so
No.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
go
that
ahead,
was if they had the rights to those characters, we would have never saw Guardians of the Galaxy. We would have never saw Ant-Man if they had the rights to those other properties at the time. They
Yeah,
took
they
chances
wouldn't have
because
pushed
they
the
didn't have those
Avengers route.
properties.
So
So-
going back to the contract real quick. So Sony is not allowed to make as many Tom Holland Spider-Man movies as they want to because they have to stick within the timeline of the MCU. Is that correct? And so that's
Yeah.
why that we're not seeing these Spider-Man adjacent characters being utilized in a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie as they should be.
Something like that. Yeah.
What?
Like
And it's a big contract. So it's a huge contract that they don't want to break. But at the same time, Sony's impatient because they lost a lot of money with Madam Web. They want to put out a Spider-Man movie to get some money.
I don't think they lost a lot of money with Madam Web.
You don't think so?
There's only 75 million. This thing's probably going to end up with 60, 75 million.
that's still
Yeah.
underperforming.
I know it's
Yeah,
underperforming,
well,
but they're not going to
75
lose.
75 million before marketing.
They're going to lose money.
I know they're losing money.
Yeah,
On
is
top
it,
of that, look,
the budget was 80 million.
so 80 million, and they're going to make less than that. They're going to lose money, and you got to think about it. You know there's not going to be a Madam Web sequel. You know that for a fact. That it's dead. This is it. After this, it's dead in the water because they're not going to.
They should have put their eggs in the basket and made a Spider-Gwen movie. Gone with that.
They should have saved Venom. and Craven and Madam Web and all this stuff for Spider-Man movies. Save Morbius for Blade or something. Like
Yep.
this just doesn't make any sense. That like
I didn't mind Morbius as kind of a one-off. It was what it was.
I like Morbius.
It was what it was. I mean, if you're gonna take any character from that universe and throw a one-off movie, that was a fine one to do. But still, it's not going to move the needle for anybody.
It's 100 million.
Because here's the question: if they're trying to still do Spider-Man 4, and they probably, I don't know, let's say that they're trying to make another trilogy out of this, who are you going to have left? If you're going to keep doing these stupid villain spin-offs, who is Spider-Man going to have left to fight?
That's what I think.
Rocket Racer.
Hammerhead.
Was it a
Slide?
What's the paste? What's the guy?
The
The Beetle.
Paste. What's the guy with the
Stilt
blue?
Man.
The blue guy.
Paste Pot Pete?
Hydro Man.
Oh my gosh!
They already kind of did hide.
Hobgoblin.
No, I want
Hey,
Hobgoblin.
I want Hobgoblin. All right.
I want Hobgoblin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want them to do it right. I don't want no stupid ass Hobgoblin. I want a good Hobgoblin.
I want to see a King. I want to see Spider-Man and Kingpin. I want to see Kingpin as a villain.
And see, that's the thing. So apparently, Kevin Feige wants to do a grounded script where it's Spider-Man against Kingpin and have Daredevil and do the grounded stuff. But Sony wants to bring in Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and continue having them all togetger.
Do they even want that? Does Andrew and Toby even want to do that?
I don't know if they want that, but the money's
I
good.
don't know.
They get paid. I'll get paid. I'll take the money.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure Toby still wants to play at the high stakes Texas Hold'em tables.
I'm sorry. When they had all three of them in No Way Home, they literally, they literally outshined Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
I don't.
That's the way I felt.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah,
a nostalgia thing too.
look,
There's a nostalgia feel for seeing them on the screen at that time.
this multiverse thing.
And I hate Tom Holland.
So you already have a bias.
Yes, of course. Everybody knows
But
this.
in my opinion, I think Tom Holland had the best performance in that movie as Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, who's the
he
best
did.
Spider-Man overall? Who do you like best?
Miles
overall?
Morales.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I like Andrew Garfield. I don't know what it is. I just like Andrew Garfield. I like him as an actor.
Tobey Maguire was a great Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield embodied Spider-Man. Like he had like the mannerisms of Spider-Man, but Tobey Maguire was a better Spider-Man.
It's really hard to say because all three of them are so different from each other, but at the same time they're so similar to each other. So it's like they each have specific strengths that the others don't. That the others don't have. So it's like I don't know. It's like he said Toby feels more of a Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield has more of the Spider-Man qualities. Tom Holland feels more of a relatable teenager.
Their movies had such different tones too. I mean, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is very different than what they did with Amazing Spider-Man, which is very different than MCU Spider-Man. I mean, the movies themselves that they embodied, that they were playing in, were extremely different in tone as well. So it's kind of hard to compare them all.
Well, I can tell you this: if Sony's going to get impatient with stuff, I could see that the writing's on the wall that they're going to try to separate themselves from the MCU because they want to do their own stuff. And you know what? At this point, I don't care anymore.
I don't think that's very beneficial to either company for them.
I know it's not beneficial, but if you're gonna force something to push something out, the quality's gonna be bad. You need like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's been good. If you force it to push out, you're gonna get a Madam Web situation.
Yeah.
If they did look at animated films as second-class citizens, they could expand on the Into the Spider-Verse movies and do spin-offs with those characters.
Which that's
what
they want to do. That's what they're thinking of doing, though, isn't it? They want to do Nick Cage. They want to do Spider-Man Noir.
But then, it's just the way all these separations, like different Amazon, they put it on Amazon, they put it on friggin' Hulu. All these different things are gonna have different Spider-Man shows, but it's the overall world is all connected. It makes
not Silk anymore. Didn't they can Silk?
Yeah, they can't.
They didn't can it. We'll talk about that later.
Sure.
Wink. But let's move on to the next topic. Chris Pratt is set to reprise his role as Star-Lord. Marvel is currently looking for the right person to helm the project. Do you think
What's the project?
Is it a movie or a show?
It's going to be a show? This is a rumor section of the show. I put all the
Disney,
rumors in the
Plus.
front of the show.
Well, didn't he have a story arc that he went to Earth and he wound up on Earth? Like he was,
Yes.
So
And I think it's said to be continued or at the end of Guardians 3.
It said the great Star Lord will return.
Yes. You know, I don't know. I don't know how this will go over with people that have seen Guardians because of James Gunn's writing and directing.
Yeah, I don't want it without Gunn.
It's going to be. I don't know how to feel about somebody working on these characters that's not James Gunn. You know?
I agree 100%. It won't feel right. That you'll be able to tell in the writing immediately that something's not right. It's no.
And honestly, what can they do with Chris Pratt on Earth? Like, what is it? Like, what are they going to? I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff you can do, but it's just like I don't. I have to see what the story is. I have to see what the story is. I don't know.
Star Lord by himself is not an interesting character to me. Never was, never has been. He's just not an interesting character.
You know,
I like Chris Pratt. I like the character, but it's an ensemble.
You're right. When you think of Star Lord, you think of the Guardians, the whole group, and
I
separate him from that. It's going to be very difficult to get that magic that they had together and to have people relate to characters. I don't know what they can do. You know, on Earth.
Yeah, I think to go back to I think the stuff that happens around him and stuff that directly affects him is more interesting than him as a person. I think, if that makes sense. Like,
you're right.
Because, with him, the stuff going on with his mother and ego and Mantis being siblings or whatever, like all that stuff should make him an interesting character. But as far as his personality and stuff like that, like he works best when he's working off of other people, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And to address BK, Star-Lord is not better than Sailor Moon. All right, buddy. She fights evil by moonlight.
Don't get me started on Sailor Moon. Like,
Don't you dare!
I can't, man. I can't.
We're gonna have to do a separate. We're gonna have to do a stream about that. Please hit that like button so we get into the algorithm of YouTube and get more subs. Get here for the first time, please subscribe and sub to everybody that's on the channel, on the panel, and Renovision, IMDL, Brian Master None, and Sticks Boy and his game playing he does on his channel, Fortnite.
Hey.
Well, you see this? If they're gonna do this, we're not gonna see this for a long time. Because there's other things on the mantle that have to be done. And this is going to be like a last resort thing, because if they can find a good writer, if they can find a good director that's going to make him relatable and being just on Earth, then you do it. But I don't see this happening anytime soon.
Do you think the new Guardians will make an appearance in this show?
Yes.
Probably.
First, they get the Daniels.
Anybody see the Christmas special? The Guardians Christmas special?
No, I didn't watch it.
That was really good. It was really good.
It was fun. Yeah. It was a fun time, on Earth. So, Mantis and Batista. What's this guy going after Kevin Bacon on Earth? Which was kind of funny.
Drax.
Drax. Thank you.
I just don't see this getting off the ground anytime soon.
What villains does Star-Lord have?
Look in the pantheon of Guardians villains. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe he comes back to Secret Wars.
Maybe. I guess.
Who knows?
It seems unnecessary.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be in Secret Wars.
Pew 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 pew. No, he doesn't. Like the new Guardians will be in there before Star-Lord.
It feels like Marvel's just. I mean, if Marvel was releasing saying they were going to do this, it just feels like a grab to, hey, we're still going to give you somebody who's recognizable and popular because you don't like any of the other shit characters we're putting in front of you now. But. Because that's what it would feel like if the announcement was coming out from Marvel that Marvel was doing this. It's like, hey, we know you didn't really dig the Marvels, so Hey, remember Chris Pratt as Star-Lord? Here you go. It's just the same thing.
See, I actually wish that Marvel would go back to like the animated stuff, a lot more animated stuff, and do animated movies and really concentrate on that aspect.
If they were good like DC, I would say yes, but they're not.
I know.
Hey, Wee Richard. A teenage Star-Lord and Yondu story might be interesting.
Yeah, that actually would be.
That could work. He could join the Young Avengers.
Oh no.
Next up, Booster Gold, Waller, and Lanterns are rumored to be in active development.
Okay.
I'm very interested in Lanterns from that early kind of teaser description they gave of what it was gonna be like.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what they do with Lanterns.
I'm very interested if all three to end up getting
I have
made.
no interest in Waller whatsoever.
Waller, I think is like, I think it's imminent. Waller's imminent. I think.
Yeah.
That's almost in the can.
I think Waller's going to be the overarching villain of a lot of these movies, and Booster Gold is a fun character, and Styx is a huge fan of Booster Gold, as you can see by his toy he's playing with. Action figure.
Are we gonna get Ted Cord with Booster Gold as well?
That'd be cool.
Because that's what makes it. That's what makes him the best. Is him and the original Blue Beetle together.
Agreed.
Lanterns has a showrunner. Ooh.
Okay.
Anthony said the showrunners are Jeremy Carver from Doom Patrol and Crystal Henry from The Watchmen. Ooh.
Okay.
I do enjoy my Doom Patrol.
Cool.
Doom Patrol was really good. Doom Patrol showrunner Jerry Carver's co-showrunner Waller. We need a Green Lantern already. How about we put a Green Lantern shirt on you, Max, and you could be the next Green Lantern.
Let me ask you a question.
Don't worry, Guy is coming in Superman Legacy.
Yeah.
Sure. DC wants to make all these shows now. Do you think that's going to come to a point where they're going to get all these saturated shows like Marvel's with their TV shows like that?
No, because as we found out recently, Marvel didn't have a showrunner per se for the shows. They didn't tie into pretty much anything. Most of them
let a bunch of 20-somethings run into a writing room and shit out shit.
Which leads into this. Actually leads into the next story. Nathan Fillion is rumored to reprise his Superman Legacy role as Guy Gardner in Lanterns, as if the movie hasn't come out yet and he's reprising his role.
Isn't this kind of like expected though? Like, is this?
Yeah,
it's not really a surprise.
He's going to be the first Lantern that gets introduced, so why wouldn't you have him in Lanterns? It seems stupid that you wouldn't.
I think he's going to be a good Guy Gardner, and seeing Guy Gardner, the Forgotten Lantern, he really is.
They're going to make Guy Gardner cool.
He doesn't get a lot of love anymore.
Mo cut with a goatee.
God, no, please.
God,
no.
I hope they give him the bowl cut.
Wait a minute. I think they did too. When try to put a bowl cut on him. That's gonna be hilarious.
I so want the bowl cut.
The bowl cut.
The what is it? What's the movie with Jim Carrey? Dumb and Dumber.
Oh no!
No.
God no!
Oh God no!
Why don't they do like the modernized? What was that modernized cut that he had in the like the comics? Like that looked a lot better. I forgot. It was like a high paid cut, whatever it is. Do that. Something. I don't know.
We could always get this version of Guy Gardner
with hair like that.
The Warrior.
Yeah, you never know.
Keep that haircut, not that outfit though.
This was
just
so bad.
Oozes late 80s, early 90s.
Oh Jesus.
This is hilarious.
I love the chaps on the pants.
I didn't even notice the chaps.
Yeah,
oh God.
You can catch Diamond Chaps on the Qualified on Fridays on Renderfish.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Next up, rumored Midnight Suns lineup that will appear in the upcoming film that is reportedly in the works. Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Blade, Moon Knight, Elsa Bloodstone, Man-Thing, Werewolf by Night, and Black Knight.
Too many people.
That's a solid lineup there.
It's too many.
It's too solid to be
Which one?
true.
It's too
It is-
many.
Oh, you can't take two extra people, huh? That's too much. 2 extra people is too much.
Yes.
Marvel does
that'd be-
not do well with large casts of
Well, the Russo brothers.
Really, the Avengers. Guardians
no
of the Galaxy,
relatively throwing a lot of relatively
Guardians of
Eternals.
the Galaxy.
Eternals. You had 3 movies of Guardians of the Galaxy building that team of 4 to 5 people,
But
and
most of these characters are already established.
and,
Yeah.
and you're not going to give a shit about how much screen time is Elsa getting really get if you have Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch in that movie.
She's gonna be the Black Widow of the team.
Yep.
No,
Well,
no,
Yes.
no.
Yep,
stop.
that's
The winner
exactly
be up
what's
in
gonna
front.
happen. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Oh, God.
Elsa
If not-
and Black Knight are going to be the Black Widow and Hawkeye of the team.
Elsa
I-
is
mark
such
my
a better
words.
character than Black Widow.
I would be fine if you removed Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange from that list.
Why would you remove the 2 most powerful characters on that lineup?
Because
Because-
Midnight
Because of
Suns.
character.
Yeah,
It's Midnight Suns. I don't need Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange in there.
yeah. They don't.
I would
need
rather
to-
maybe see a Ghost Rider popped in there
Yeah.
instead of Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange.
And Morbius.
Morbius.
Happy with Morbius
Yeah,
as well.
Jared Little Morbius. Put him in there then.
He wasn't bad as
I didn't say he was bad.
Morbius.
Well, actually, I did say he was bad.
You
But,
say
like,
he was bad.
His performance wasn't bad. Just the writing was not very good. So if I would be okay if they brought Jared Little back as Morbius, I would not just give him better material.
Yeah.
Now, say if they do this, right? You get the Russo brothers who are very good putting in a bunch of characters in a movie. You can have them direct this.
You a hater, Brooklyn. Get out.
No, just- you know, I
You're just learning
it,
this.
it depends on who's writing, who's directing, who they're gonna. If even if Ali is still attached to this project,
Yeah, even though he'll probably
Blade,
be
we don't even know if he's going to still
85
be
years old.
Blade.
Yeah, could be 85 years old by the time this comes
I
out.
mean, it
So
feels
wrong.
it feels closer to Legion of Monsters than it does.
I'm gonna be-
Midnight
Yeah, this could
Suns.
be their answer to Justice League Dark. Think about
Yeah.
it. Think about it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Could be.
If they could get all these people in here, which I mean, we'll see because it's very rocky right now. But if they got this lineup, they could do some really sick things with this. Like,
I'm just saying, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room of actors that were on Game of Thrones and not having stellar performances outside of Game of Thrones?
I mean, this has been a thing for years now. So
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I tell you what. Before we even see this, Blade has to get off its friggin'. They finally have to put that Blade movie out and get it done right.
yes.
That's the main thing. Moon Knight season 2, I don't think is going to happen anytime soon.
I don't need it.
What,
We
wasn't
don't need
Elizabeth,
Moon Knight.
Wasn't Elizabeth Olsen? Did she say she's done?
No.
She says she's done signing the huge contract, like the 15 movie deal. She,
But sign on to another team up
Yeah,
movie
exactly.
franchise.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
I
a
actually
question
think
from
she's
Blue
gonna-
Jay.
I think she's gonna have like maybe a minor role because I can see them rolling out new characters like Doctor Strange, yeah. But I think I can see her playing a minor part and being there, but not being there. You know what I mean? Like her screen time is a little short because her character. I think her character arc is done at the moment. Until you
We got a
bring
question from Blue Jay. When is the next casting couch? That's up to the panel. When you guys want to do a casting couch, and what do we want to cast? What's the cast?
I wish I was
What
there
is
for
it?
Midnight
Fantastic
Suns.
Four.
Oh, we should cast Midnight Sun, but with totally different actors.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is Blade. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We
Bring back
should
old
do
school,
I
that.
will take
Old
Snipes'
school.
blade any day of the week.
Bring back Boris Karloff as the Wolfman. Was Boris Karloff? No, the Invisible Man. Who played the Wolfman?
Benicio del Toro.
No.
Although
Lon Chaney.
We
Lon Chaney.
did get Blade in What We Do in the Shadows.
You get the original Universal
good.
Monsters to play the role
Yeah,
of
with-
this.
It was
And
Lon Chaney Jr. played the.
there's also a rumored Scarlet Witch movie coming, and
It's a rumor
Degrassi said
everything,
it's
man.
actually happening.
Okay, I don't give a shit about. I mean, I love Elizabeth Olsen.
Mhm.
I love Elizabeth Olsen, but I just could care less about the Scarlet Witch. Unless she's saying no more mutants, I don't really want to see.
She can't
Scarlet
say no
Witch
more
in
mutants.
anything.
There's no mutants to say no more mutants. For.
Exactly. But that's the
yet.
only storyline I find interesting at this point for Scarlet Witch.
But Brucifer, the conspiracy is that Scarlet Witch got rid of all the mutants a long time ago. That's why there was no X-Men since the beginning of the MCU. Come on, man, get
It's
with
gonna
it.
happen. It's gonna be revealed.
I just like I don't need another
Different universe.
I don't need a Scarlet Witch solo movie. You already gave me that. It was called Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need it.
You see,
I think we
understand.
should cast Midnight Suns next Monday. That would be a good idea.
You wanna
We're
do
casting Midnight Sun. So everybody here, start thinking about your picks now, because I don't want to be waiting till Sunday to get picks from you guys.
And it should be
You
your lineup. It should be your lineup and the actors. It shouldn't be a specific role.
That Monday I'll give it to you.
If you want a 4-person Midnight Suns,
Yes.
super. You want a 6-person Midnight Suns, super.
Yes. You don't have to pick the same characters. You could pick any one you want from the MCU, any actor you want. If you want to make it a Blumhouse theme movie, you can. If you're going to make it one Sony handling your movie, you can.
Oh Lord. We treat this like it's the early 2000s trying to do a Midnight Suns.
Yes. Early 2000s.
Get Nicolas Cage in there.
Ghost Rider, exactly. Hey, listen.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Doctor Strange is going to be Zach from Saved by the Bell. I'm calling it now.
What?
Zach Morris is trash.
Norman
Degrassi
Reedus
says
is
House
Ghost
of M
Rider.
already happened in the
This is Ghost
MCU.
Rider for me.
You know who is real good at sending folks at Pocket Dimensions? Franklin Richards.
Yeah, we ain't getting Franklin.
Ooh.
They ain't ready for that. They're not ready for that. They're
Ooh.
not ready for that.
Franklin Richards is such a good character that they never used his potential.
But he's just too powerful. It's just too much there.
That's what I'm saying. They're not ready for that.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be
you're right.
Screech.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
Dustin
please
Diamond,
no.
what's his name? Dustin Diamond, right? That was his name.
Yeah, Dustin Diamond and
Yeah.
his acting career.
His
Okay.
freaking Dirty Sanchez video.
R.I.P.
God, no.
Mr. Diamond.
All right, that's it, Dom. Go to the corner. Yeah, next up, Armor Wars will be set 1 year after the events of Secret Invasion Ironheart. The Secret Warriors will make their debut in the movie, and Rhodey will be their leader. Bao, Justin Hammer, and Damage Control are the main villains.
So is this the real Rhodey?
I think the answer to this is who cares? Does
Damage
anybody
Control.
give a shit about Armor Wars? Anybody?
Not after I found
anywhere.
out that this may not be the real Rhodey.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger was supposed to be cast as.
Oh, it's not the
Titanium.
Secret Invasion, so it is the real Rhodey. Maybe.
Okay. I mean, I'm excited to see Justin Hammer again. I'm always happy to see Justin Hammer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like Justin
I
Hammer.
do love me some Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell, exactly.
But Secret Invasion was so bad.
Is it Damage
That's-
Control the people that have to pick
Clean
up the
up.
damage, clean up all the mess?
Yeah,
that
they
the
clean
other
up.
heroes do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to see Damage Control in
Miss
Yeah,
Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah.
They were bad. They were kind of badass.
Yeah, well, we
They
had
were
him
in Spider-Man.
as the
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
the leader of Damage Control. You also have Damage Control in WWE with
Yeah,
Bailey
right.
and-
Bailey and Bailey's
Bailey,
not in it anymore, but Io Sky
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Asuka,
this guy, yeah.
Kyrie Sane.
They had to spell it different, Damage Control, because it was they couldn't copyright Damage Control that way. They had to do it another way.
The Secret Warriors was what? Nick Fury's team in the comics, I believe.
Yeah, Secret Warriors. What
Secret
about
Warriors?
But for all the
Mini
Marvel
Warriors?
guys, Secret Warriors.
Dig out my old issues.
what was the
That
with
shit
Night
for years.
Crusher? What was that?
Let me look up.
Night Treasure.
You're thinking New Warriors.
New Warriors.
Think- where is it?
New Warriors with Night Treasure, freaking Speedball.
Nah, Secret Warriors was a separate series.
The Secret Warriors is what's the name? Quake. Quake was the leader of Secret Warriors from Age of the Shield.
Secret.
That she
Was it Warriors? Was it Warriors?
They made it because when I guess Nick Fury, they had to go underground. They had Secret Warriors when the whole was it Civil War.
Yeah.
How many freaking storylines were going on?
Okay, I see. Fury Secret Warriors.
I don't know.
Yeah, I said Quake.
It's
See?
weird. I didn't read it. I didn't care for it.
If you bring back Chloe as
Chloe Bennett.
Sure. I'm okay.
Oh, here's
I'm okay
a
with that.
cover for what is this? Is a variant cover of issue 1.
Yeah.
I like this cover a lot, actually.
But see, that's a new version. That's not the old version. That's Kamala Khan. You got what's the name? Moon. Was it Moon Girl? What's
Moon Girl and
Yeah,
Devil
Moon Girl.
Dinosaur.
Devil Dinosaur?
Yeah, that's not from the original run.
Yeah.
Went back. Quake would be awesome because Quake was so freaking awesome, amazing in Inhumans. I mean, I'm not Inhumans.
I want Chloe Bennett to play Dr. Aphra.
Dr.
It would be a good casting. I would like that. I would like that casting. That would be nice.
So she's
Agents of the Shield. I'm thinking about Inhumans for. That whole cast could have been brought back. They were good.
For what? Shield?
Yeah, Agents of Shield.
I don't know if I'd go that far. It got weird, and that show got really weird toward the end.
The time
And we got-
traveling, yeah,
Well, we did get Robbie Reyes though, so
yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
that was good. But I don't know. Armor Wars. I don't know. Depending on the trailer,
I would have been more up on this to say, that sounds interesting before Secret Invasion. But Secret Invasion was such a glass of garbage water that I just have
water.
no,
Garbage water.
I just have no faith in them to put something competent
That's
out.
some garbage water.
Does Ironheart come out before this?
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But who knows if it's still even being released. The only project that's been done for like a year, and they still haven't released it.
I don't get that. I mean, I don't care about it. Like I don't really give a shit about Riri and Ironheart, and it's just a part of the MCU I could give a shit less about.
I liked
but I'll watch it. But I'll watch it if they put it out. If they have it done, put it out. If you're going to bring these characters in somehow, and we're supposed to have context for them within the live action universe, and you have stuff made, just freaking put it out. Do like you did with Echo. Drop it somewhere.
I mean, I liked Riri from Wakanda Forever, so I'm open to seeing more from her. But
What they do for her.
yeah,
Maybe we'll actually get to see her current Ironheart suit.
Yeah, I mean, build out the character a little bit. Like I said, if you have something queued up where you have something that you could put out of content of a character, you could put it out in streaming, just freaking put it out. Disney has enough platforms to put it out on. They can put it out on ABC. They can put it out on Hulu. They can put it out on Disney Plus. They can put it out anywhere they damn well want. Just put it out.
Yeah.
And at least, if you have it queued up already, do it that way. At least people will get a feel for the character. I don't know.
Yep. Next up, another rumor. Marvel Studios reportedly are searching for an actor to play the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four.
So we're doing Rise of the Silver Surfer again for their return.
Yeah,
You might as well just give me two. You might as well just give me an Ambien to sleep for 3 hours while I'm in the theater.
And then
No,
he had to
it's
sleep.
Like really, like I don't want them to start off the gate with Galactus and Silver Surfer. That's not what they should be doing.
Woman.
It's
the
so
moment.
fucking boring on the big screen.
Well, I don't know. And
I-
the rumor has it they're not getting a woman anymore. It's going to be a man Silver Surfer now. So
I don't think there was ever a rumor that the Herald's going to be a female Silver Surfer.
it was in the beginning. They had the whole thing, the
Yeah,
whole
there
big
was.
thing.
About 3
People were
months ago, there
sucking
was.
on Nth Man for God's sake.
Oh,
Nth
it was.
Man
It was
books.
first. It was Nova. For then it was who else?
Yeah, people thought it was going to be
Uh,
Frankie, but then people thought it was going to be Hercules' daughter.
Granddaughter.
It was
Yeah,
going to be that. It was going to be that she girl.
Yeah, and what people realized, he wasn't Galactus's herald that long after he met the Fantastic Four.
it just bores the shit out of me. I don't know. But then again, the whole galactic shit bores the shit out of me. So it's just me.
Like we have, like the Fantastic Four has other villains. Can we get a nihilist or something? Like
The Red Ghost with the.
I'll even take Mole Man.
Yeah,
I
I want to
Mole
see
Man.
Mole
Listen.
Man. I don't care what anybody says. Puppet Master. Why not?
Yes, we get Puppet Master. We get Alicia.
Yes.
Yeah, they do have a wide
Give us the
variety
Maker,
of villains.
the ultimate Fantastic Four. Have them start off with the Maker.
No, we're not gonna start. Listen, let them fix the MCU first, then we can go to Ultimate. All right. Then we can have Garfield play Ultimate Spider-Man in the future with 2 kids and Mary Jane as his wife.
It'd be very fitting. It would be a good
Yeah.
cast with
Yeah,
Garfield.
very good cast. There's a reason Silver Surfer hasn't had a game in like 30 years.
It's a flying simulator.
Yes. I don't know if you guys ever played that Silver Surfer game for the was it Nintendo or Super Nintendo? It was bad.
Super
It's,
Nintendo.
it's not like I don't mind reading Silver Surfer books, but I just in live action I just don't know. It just bores me. It's just like.
Did you guys? I mean, the movie is but like, did you guys like the Silver Surfer in the previous version?
I did. I thought it was a good
Well,
part.
right.
You mean the look or the?
I mean, in general, did you like how they did Silver Surfer in that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Not really.
For
I
that,
think
day,
like
and, for
the
that
look.
day and
I like
age
the
of
way they-
superhero movies, yeah, I guess.
It was fine back then.
I
No.
mean, yeah, there's some stuff I can nitpick about it, absolutely. But as far as like, I think they did a relatively really good job with how they handled him. So design wise, I don't know how much different you could do. He's a silver man on a
Yeah.
silver board, so it's like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do that's different?
Well, that's why I would have been like, well, if they went with Frankie, Nova, if they went that route or something like that, then that would be different.
They could finally use that Santana music, right? Surfing with the aliens.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if they don't use Satriani, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just in case anybody's wondering.
Joe Satriani was a great guitarist. Okay, get it.
No, I'm talking about this.
Satriani was great.
This is the old Silver Surfer game.
Yeah, very 8-bit.
He's
It's
throwing-
probably on the.
And looks about as exciting as he'll be in Fantastic Four movie.
God damn.
Damn. That's
cool.
There's your.
Hey, if he's
plot
not
right
the
there.
herald, if he's not the herald of Galactus, what's the point of putting him in the movie?
He'll be.
And if he is the herald, well, haven't we seen that movie already?
I can see him being the hero for the first half of the movie and being convinced to help stop Galactus. And the end of the Fantastic Four movie, he picks a new hero. Blah 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 blah.
Max loves that movie or that game.
Really?
Yeah, I love the Silver Surfer NES game.
Yeah.
It
Of
had
course he
shmup
does.
levels.
That game was such a piece of shit. You didn't even get like an energy bar. It was like one hit and you're dead. Impossible maneuvering it with that game. It was insane. Hated that game. But I love to play it though. But there's other. I don't know. if they start with Silver Surfer and Galactus and not Doom, people will riot in the streets. You know they will.
It's just like I don't mind
No
them
one
doing
will
it
collect
again,
all.
but it's just like that shouldn't be their first movie.
No, I
No.
agree. You either make it an overarching, same with Doom. You either make it an overarching teaser villain, and then you fight a lesser villain during the movie, but it can't be the main plot because we've seen that already. It's unnecessary.
Like really, if they
Yeah.
wanted to do a cosmic villain, a nihilist would be a perfect one for them to do.
Well, look, they want to get this movie right because the other movies were done poorly. They got to get this one right. So they better sit down and really sit at the table and get this right. Because if this does it not come out swinging, it's fantastic. I believe it's going to be done because this is the last ditch effort to get this this movie going. Because if it doesn't work out,
Yeah, I'd pretty much be done with Fantastic Four on the big screen. I'm like, if the MCU can't get it right, nobody can
Yep,
get it right.
exactly.
Well, they didn't bring back Chickless, so it's destined to fail.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I
Gosh, man.
like Chickless and I like
It's a goddamn commish.
yeah.
yeah, that's it, man. Hey, the Shield.
I'm sorry, Max. Max used to play this Silver Surfer game with a friend of his that passed. Sorry, Max,
Man.
for your
Sorry,
loss.
buddy.
Jedi says, "Are we getting another Fantastic Four origin story?"
No, apparently
No,
they're,
I
they're
don't get it.
established. They're established already. That's what I think. In the
Yeah.
60s.
I saw a rumor that didn't make the cut of this Tonight Show that Reed Richards is going to be the college professor of Ant-Man. Michael Douglas is Ant-Man.
Of Hank Pym.
Hank Pym. Hank Pym.
Pine.
Pym.
Time.
What is
Pym.
Pime?
Time.
It's
Pym.
spelled
I'm from New
Pine.
York, buddy.
PYM.
Yes, it is.
Not how New Yorkers.
Oh,
would say
you New Yorkers say Mario instead of Mario. It drives me
Yeah.
nuts. I'm
Oh,
like,
Wait a
God,
minute,
yeah.
what about
is
Mario?
that? What is that?
you New Yorkers say Mario Kart.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
doing? Hey,
what
listen,
is
when you come
Mario
Yeah,
here,
we're
Kart?
gonna play Mario Kart
you
over
make a
here.
sandwich, you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm gonna go around that lap 3 times.
It's Mario. It's mozzarella. Come on. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, you
meatball
mozzarella.
parmesan.
It's moots. What are you talking about? Where you grew up in a farm?
Roots. What's mozzarella? Mozzarella.
Did we lose Joe?
Mortadell.
Oh, we lost Joe.
Well, it's Joe. Bear
He'll be
got him.
back.
He couldn't take out
The
the
bear
Italian.
got him. The bear got him or the hillbillies got him.
Yeah.
Too much
Yeah, that'll
Italian.
be a cute little Easter egg if we saw like a young Hank Pym at a college thing and Reed is teaching. I guess that'd be kind of nice.
But he was. But the fact is, if he's a college, if he's the professor, the Hank.
I would put him more as a colleague than a professor of
Yeah,
him.
because
But if he's gonna
Yeah.
be in the '60s, then he's clearly older than Hank Pym. You know.
yeah, but
Not necessarily.
Yeah, let's see what
New
happens.
Yorkers say DL is banned from our city.
Yeah, out
Fuck
of
it,
here.
I never planned on going. So
Listen, let's just.
Hey,
get
we
this
gotta
right.
get you here. Come on.
I'm gonna keep my
What?
fingers
No.
crossed because I want to see them succeed with this. Because, like, again, if they don't get this right, it's done. That's it.
I like the casting. It's again, it doesn't. I don't think anybody they could have cast would have like been like, wow, they cast. I don't know.
Pedro
it was
Pascal
competent
casting.
casting.
You know,
Yes.
because he's a hot thing right now. Pedro Pascal's all over the place.
You
There's a
think
bunch of
Pedro
other-
Pascal's hot?
Clearly, he's everywhere.
He's like shit.
I know you're trying to make it dirty. I stopped it right then and there. But
That's what we do here on Mondays, DL. That's what we do.
please shave the mustache, Pedro. Please don't have that mustache, Big Reed Richards. That's gonna drive me
His
nuts.
own
Yeah.
porn mustache.
Yes,
Yeah.
please shave it. Please
Yeah,
shave it.
unless
He
it's
needs to
coming
get
with a
it.
members only jacket. I don't want to say.
Ah.
Lacoste.
And an 8 ball of Coke.
That's it. How about the 8-ball
That's-
jacket?
Oh God, you still own you. I know you have one. Thanks,
Truthfully,
Al.
Pascal's probably the only casting out of that I am kind of like,
People have been talking about this all weekend.
Captain
Henry
Britain.
Cavill has reportedly accepted a secret role in an upcoming project from Marvel Studios.
Hey, isn't that the picture you got on your wall, Bruce?
That's the picture I got on my
Pete-
screensaver. I got you as a
Pete has
picture on my
life-size
wall.
cutout.
Oh, okay, you got me. Okay, there you go.
You know I got you. I gotta have something to throw darts at it at night.
Nice, expert.
You got to have a picture of the whole damn show.
He's Victor Von Doom, confirmed.
You're getting Captain Britain.
Well,
All right, there's 3 possibilities. I Dr. Doom, which DL said, Captain Britain, or they can go out on a limb and make this character cool again. Cyclops.
I
No,
would.
I
I'd rather
cannot
see
see
him
him
as.
as Cyclops.
I'd rather see him
Hell
as
yeah.
Beast. Rather see him as
Ah,
Beast.
you want to see him as Cyclops?
I want to see him
do
as
not
Beast.
see him as Cyclops.
Beast.
no,
What's his
Cyclops
face?
has to be like a whiny son of a bitch that nobody likes.
Skinny
Hey,
guy.
watch it.
Listen, Dr. Doom, that's a good one. D.
I'm not saying it's
That's a good
right.
one, man.
It's what he's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's either that Captain Britain or maybe what's his name? What's the group?
Mr. Sinister.
The group, the
Oh,
Superman,
that'd be cool.
that the Marvel's version of Superman. What's his name again?
Oh,
Sentry?
Century.
No, not Sentry. It's the group. They're like the Justice League. They're like the
The Eternals.
No, he's
They already
talking
had a
about,
Superman copycat in there.
He's talking about that copycat Justice League that Marvel has.
They have a copycat Justice.
Oh,
Yeah, but that
yeah.
was
Squadron
Uh,
Supreme.
Yeah,
Squadron
Supreme,
Supreme.
Yeah.
that was
Squadron
What's his
weird
name?
Elseworlds type story.
Yeah.
that-
TF. What the
They
hell?
tried to make
Hyperion.
Squadron Supreme a thing last 2 years ago.
Hyperion, he's talking about.
Hyperion.
Superior. Yeah, there you go. You know what? He plays his character in a Marvel version of it. You know.
I just don't. I don't know where they would go with Captain Britain. Unless they,
Here we go.
That's probably the safest
Yeah,
choice.
like
This is Squadron Supreme. There's Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Green Lantern, and Flash.
Oh,
That's
that's just disgraceful. What the?
But yeah, I mean, but that's what it was meant to be. It was meant to
Yeah.
be a shit on DC series. It was
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they end up shitting on themselves. God,
Basically.
That's,
Ew.
But I mean,
Yeah, they tried
that
to
thing's
make
never
them-
going to see a
They
light
tried
of
to
day.
Yeah.
bring them
I mean,
back
they-
and make them popular, but it didn't work.
Yeah, they started out as a villain team, so
Yeah.
Squadron Sinister.
mm. But yeah, I'm sure Captain Britain is probably the safest choice. But I don't know,
Yeah, but for what reason? I mean,
because he's British.
Hey,
Yeah.
you want to throw
So
shade?
only
He
sole
becomes the
reason.
The new
Yeah.
Magneto.
And
You're a
he
good
looks
X-Men. Imagine because of
strong. Magneto. Isn't he a little young for Magneto?
Well, hey, listen. If they're gonna do time travel with the Fantastic Four from the '60s into the regular continuity, anything's possible.
He's
Man,
right.
make this man Beast. That's what he needs to be. He needs to be Beast.
I mean, I think it would be fun as Beast, but I don't think he'll take a shit role like Beast.
You're
I think
calling
they've already-
Beast a shit role?
Not-
In the pantheon of X-Men, yeah. If you're taking the role of Beast, you're lower tier.
I can't believe this. I can't believe.
It's true. All anybody gives a shit about with the X-Men is seeing Wolverine, seeing Storm.
Oh yeah, the real sea level character. Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah,
again,
we're in the
that's-
sea level
that's-
character.
People aren't knocking down doors to go see Beast in a movie, in an X-Men movie.
Well, that's because these garbage X-Men films didn't do any justice to the other X-Men characters. If you're not Wolverine, Professor
My
X, and
question is, what do you have
I
against
thought, Holt,
Kelsey
I thought
Grammer?
Holt was a competent Beast. I didn't mind Nicholas Holt.
What about Kelsey Grammer?
Why y'all hating on Kelsey Grammer, dude?
No,
What you got
Kelsey
against
Grammer is
Kelsey
great.
was fine as
Kelsey
well.
Grammer is great, but he's old. He's old.
well, that's why they went with the CG Beast in the end of the last movie there. Of Marvels.
I wish we had more time with him before he started aging out, because I did really like him in The Last Stand and the little moment that he had in Days of Future Past. Like, that was great.
If anything, I'm going with my gut feeling, Captain Britain. That's what I'm going with.
I could only imagine him doing that as either just, hey, this was a fun one-off. But if he really wants to be in the MCU in some way, I would think if he's going to be Captain Britain, they would be promising him something moving forward with Captain
Yeah, I
Britain.
don't.
Yeah. If they're going to use Captain Britain, they have to do the MI13 route.
Well, they
And then-
might, because they're doing the Ebony Blade. They're doing the Excalibur. They're doing all that stuff there. So they're bringing the Black Knight, and Black Knight was part of his group. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think.
What else is that? Miami 13.
I don't think they'll. Hyperion is a no-go. Any character with a cape, I don't think they will cast him as, because that would just be a big fuck you to Gunn and the DCU, and I don't think Kevin Feige doesn't want to mess up his relationship with Gunn at this point.
Because we did that DC and Marvel crossover in the movies. That's the last big thing.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I know, right?
We don't need a crossover event yet.
Or animated
Maybe.
series. Do an animated series.
I can see that.
That's
That
the
could
only
work.
place they could start.
It could be
Yeah,
more
I
plausible, but still, like the Disney and Warner Brothers still be like, "How are we splitting that cost, sir?"
It's just such
Well,
different vibes from both. I don't
Well,
know.
they're releasing all the
Multiverse?
crossover amalgam comics again. So
Well, listen, look, you gotta think about it. Since you got the multiverse and the TVA, you get all that stuff, anything's possible now. Anything's possible if you really think about it. So
Maybe they could just start by making a movie that doesn't suck ass
there you go.
from one of them, and then we can move forward.
That's
Sure.
hard.
don't
Then they can worry about crossovers.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Try to be popular again and not open to $15 million
Hey,
with the
look,
movie.
PK, you said Aries,
And Degrassi said they're going to do a Scarlet Harley because they're going to do some new amalgam comics apparently.
Oh, Scarlet Heart, all right?
Scarlet Harley.
Hey,
Oh my
listen,
God,
and look,
they're
PK
both
said,
crazy.
They
Aries,
are. That's a
'cause
whole
they
lot
still
of
gonna
crazy.
build up the gods.
Ooh.
No?
I don't think we need gods in MCU. People are used to relatable
you're gonna
characters.
have-
They
But
don't
there's
need
already
gods
gods.
running around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hercules.
There's
there's
already
already
gods.
gods.
Yeah.
Already
They're
have
not,
Cavill.
they're not
Already
DCU level
superheroes.
gods.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Already had Zeus and
DC's
Hercules.
better.
I've never said that. I just said it's
Sure.
better this year.
Maybe
so-
not directly.
But we could. I just think that Henry Cavill has a lot going on right now.
He does.
Henry
I'm
Cavill will
tired of
decast his
seeing Henry
robe. I'm
Cavill
calling it
being
right now.
What
I'm
was that,
tired of-
Brian?
I'm tired of Henry Cavill being brought up every time a superhero part needs to be played. Okay, just because he's not playing Superman anymore doesn't mean he. What if he's done? Has anybody
Yeah.
asked him? Like,
It seems
you
like
know.
he is.
yeah, seems
You
like
know,
he's going a
'cause-
different direction. Maybe he sees the writing on the wall, and that superhero movies are kind of on the way out in terms of popularity. So it's like,
He ain't retiring on that Argyle money, I'll tell you that much.
What
I was gonna say, do you think
Argyle
he-
money?
Exactly.
Well, he got his 40K universe thing
Warhammer
going on.
40K. He's got, dude.
He
He's
got the
irons in the
Highlander
fire, bro.
project.
He
You
does
know,
not
it's-
need to come
I
after
truthfully
a
prefer
superhero
he just
movie.
bow out all his shit together and just work on the Highlander shit. That would
And
make me
he
happy.
might be the next James Bond.
Listen, Space Marines are cool, all right.
I don't want to see another James
I'm-
Bond for 10 years.
I don't want to see another James Bond.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right there with you, honestly.
I
They
think
killed
I'm
the
good.
character, literally.
Yeah, it's
Nobody wants a sexless Highlander.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. You talking about
That
the
is
sex,
true. He doesn't like
Yeah.
sex scenes, and
Yeah, he
that's
doesn't
like
want to do sex
90%
scenes.
of a Highlander movie.
Yeah.
you
It's
got
like
a little.
I'm
you got a
Connor
little
McLeod,
ballin'
I'm
in
Clan
Witcher.
McLeod. Let's knock boots.
So I've never seen Highlander.
The TV
What?
show?
I've never seen Highlander.
movie?
Period.
Oh
No?
man,
Really?
You gotta
You're
sit down
missing
and watch
out,
the
bro.
original, man.
Just gotta watch the original movie.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
the sequels were terrible.
Yeah, I just,
Well, after you
watch
watch
the
the
original,
original
movie.
movie,
The TV series was a lot of fun if you were into
Yes.
the myth and lore
When you get to
of
like
Highlander. But
you get to the sixth movie, you have Edge from
hey, that movie's
WWE.
pretty good. Okay,
yeah, that was a good one. Yeah,
I
Mario
like
Van
Source.
Peebles, you got
Endgame was good. Okay,
yeah,
that was a good movie. It gave you Adrian Paul and freaking
Yeah.
Christopher Lambert. Okay, so like
yeah,
that
you
was
got
a
both
great
McLeods.
listen, anything with
Yes,
Edge in it.
movie. That was
is good,
Edge's
all
first
right?
movie. What's the matter, boy? Lost your edge? that's what he says in the movie.
Oh my god.
Not,
I
not
need to
Edge,
watch
but-
those movies again.
Wait, they seriously said
No, the Adrian Paul says it. Duncan McLeod says it. Not Edge. but he says it too edge.
The first movie is still fantastic.
Dude, that one's got wrestling royalty in it too, man. You got the
but Clancy as the Kurgan steals the show in that movie.
Yes, yes, very much so.
Degrassi said this yesterday that Paul Mescal is Bond, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge is writing and directing.
No.
I will not be saying
No. James Bond is dead. Dead.
I'm not happy with Phoebe right now.
It's been fun and it's been real, but it hasn't been real fun, if you know what I mean.
Who's Paul Mescal?
I don't want to know, and I don't care at this point.
Listen, I watched the first movie. Is he
Billy Tequila's brother?
I watched the first movie, then I watched every episode of the TV show. I didn't care to watch the rest of the movies. I saw glimpses of the one with what was his name? Marvin Van Peebles. Which one was that?
Oh, the third one, Highlanders Final Dimension.
That was so bad.
So bad. Oh man,
that was bad.
The movie was great. It had Deborah Unger in it.
And yes, Degrassi, the animated series.
I even watched The Raven. All right, the
and
one season of The Raven.
The Raven sucked.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
She was such a good character, and they just screwed that up.
Well, and yes, Duncan was better than Connor.
Oh hell yeah, he was.
It's unfortunate because some characters are good as one-offs and not as a whole series. So
you gotta take this picture away now because every time
Adrian
I see a
Paul
picture now,
has
it's
a
like,
YouTube channel.
He goes, if you want to study no sex, just look at this picture.
That's Paul Mescal. That's the new Bond.
He's the lead in Gladiator 2?
Yeah, he looks like a male feminist. I'm down to watch that.
Oh,
damn.
I don't see the need for Bond anymore. It's just
it's outdated. Cold War's over, bro. Like,
it's
damn.
It's done.
You know what? So take some time off. Take a long time off of Bond and do it again years down the road.
You know, unless you do a throwback, unless you go back to the original, the 60s. And you go back to old Ian Fleming, and you go back to something set in that time period, and want to do something like that with a Bond, okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, make it a period piece instead of
and continue it from that time period for a few movies, whatever. But I just don't want to see a continuation again.
I don't mind. I love Bond. As long as they go back to, I want to see gadgets.
That last movie
I
want to see freaking Bond movies.
I want to see what.
I don't care. I love that
Bond.
movie.
What movie?
Daniel Craig in general. I love Daniel Craig, but I didn't. Other than Skyfall and Casino Royale, I could give a shit less about any of those other movies.
I love No Time to Die. I don't care what anybody says. No Time to Die was great.
Hated Spectre. That movie was terrible.
I mean, not as bad as Quantum of Solace.
What? I actually like that movie.
Solace was good, actually.
They all felt soulless and awful.
You can tell when he didn't want to do it anymore, though.
Playlist to this day.
You talk about the theme? The theme?
Yes.
That theme was so bad.
Alicia Keys? Oh, man.
That was the worst song I've heard Alicia Keys sing. I was so mad.
Oh, yeah.
No.
All right, moving on from Henry Cavill and his secret double role.
Every time we talk,
Nicolas Cage is in talks to star in the upcoming live-action Spider Noir.
Oh, it's live action. Okay.
Yep, live action.
Boy.
Okay.
Boy.
Well,
you could do a live action like Sin City, and it could look cool and be interesting.
I like the concept of Spider Noir. You know, it could work. It could be a spy thriller. You know, a freaking old throwback to the Dick Tracy type of times. You know, the Roaring '20s and shit like that. What is it? The Spider Noir? What is that? He's different. He's from
I did not read Spider Noir.
I want the cartoon world.
I read a little bit of Spider Noir. It's pretty cool.
And Noir isn't like era specific. It's just the way their world is.
Yeah.
Anybody happy about this?
I mean,
I'm all right with it.
I'm always happy for Nick Cage getting work.
Isn't he a little old too, though?
No, I agree.
Why? It's Liam Neeson's still out there punching people in the face. Why can't
That doesn't mean it's a good thing. That doesn't make it
Well, this could be a one-off, one-season series.
Right.
You know, I don't think people are rushing out to turning their streaming service on to watch this when it comes out.
No.
I'll watch it. I'm excited.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Wow, the chat is really people love Nick Cage.
I mean, he's having a renaissance. As much as you despise it, he is having a renaissance.
He never went away. He was always putting out. He was putting out a shit ton. It's
Direct
the
to
problem
video.
with Nick Cage is he was putting out a volume of really shitty movies.
The
But
Witch
within
Hunter.
those turds were nuggets of fantastic movies that he was putting out. They were just few and far between because he was putting out so much crap.
I like Nicolas Cage movies, man. Anything with Nicolas Cage, man, is a plus for me. I go.
The
see
Weatherman is still one of my favorite movies. Not just Nick Cage movie. It's still one of my favorite movies of all time. It's fantastic. It's one of Nick Cage's best movies.
Hey,
It's just
welcome
a
to
little
the
movie.
channel, Ashley Jackson. Thank you for subscribing, and we're happy to have you here.
That's my girlfriend.
Oh,
Really? Oh, well,
Yep.
hey.
oh.
Yep.
All right now. I can see why you're here now. Thanks. You can tell me when he's not here. And I'm gonna have to have him here just to get you here now. Damn it.
You're welcome.
Andy was,
You're
Andy was
welcome
good.
here
Big
anytime,
was good.
But yeah, everyone forget that he was Big Daddy and Kick-Ass. He was really good at that too.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy seeing Nick Cage get work. I like Nick Cage, and I'm sure he still has tax bills to pay. So
Listen, like I
that
said,
man
I said
scripts well.
before, my favorite Nick Cage movie is Peggy Sue Got Married. Damn it,
which is
Come
fantastic.
I
on,
would
Con
stand by
Air,
that.
Valley Girl. Con Air and Valley Girl.
I will stand by that.
He was great in Valley Girl. He was great in
Valley Girl is
Matchstick
first
Men.
role.
I didn't like Con Air.
You didn't like Con Air?
No.
Here.
I didn't like Face
I did not
Off.
like-
I didn't like.
Face Off is awesome. That's another awesome movie. Face Off. Come on, man. What's up with you?
Oh, I think he was the first actor to actually just play himself in every movie. He does play himself in every movie. Am I
Well,
wrong?
he did play himself with Pedro.
No, I just
No.
said Big Daddy is in Kick-Ass, completely different character. Okay.
Yeah.
And he played himself.
He
with,
was Dracula in Renfield.
Yep.
I did not watch Renfield.
That was good. That was good.
It was fun.
He has a wide range of types of movies that he's done.
What's the movie that they were like in Chuck E. Cheese? The
No,
horror
Five
flick?
Nights.
Oh, that
No.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, it wasn't the Five Nights at
Five
Freddy's,
Nights
but
at
it was the
He was in
same
it.
concept.
He was
Oh,
in
yeah.
the thing, and he's like, he didn't talk. He just beat the shit out of the demonic.
Oh, so his best role. Okay.
I think his best role was this helicopter movie back in the
Willy,
80s.
Willy's Wonderland is what that's called.
Willy's
Willy's
Wonderland. There you go.
Wonderland.
Yeah, Willy's
What the hell is that?
Has Sean Young in it.
I love young Sean. Younger Sean Young.
I'm trying to remember the name of that movie that he was in. Right.
All right, he was good in going in 60 seconds. I will admit that.
Okay, what is that movie? I'm gonna have to look it up now.
National Treasure.
Nicholas-
Y'all like National Treasure?
The National Treasure movies were great. I thought they were
The first one was
fun.
fine,
They were a fun time. They were fun movies to watch.
and I'll say The Rock. Well, that's really because of
Connery.
Sean Connery, actually.
But he's like I said, he's been in a lot of fantastic movies. Does he make a lot of shit? Yeah, he makes a lot of shit. He had tax trouble, so he was cranking out whatever he could crank out. But the man has a solid top tier of movies that most actors would, give anything to have the number of movies that he has that were
Mhm.
top quality movies.
All right, what is the name of this gosh darn movie?
What movie are you
Which
looking at?
movie you talking about?
Oh, dude, this is like a movie from back in the back in the 80s, where he played a helicopter pilot. And it's the movie with Sean Young in it that I was thinking
Yeah,
about.
you're better off looking up Sean Young than you are Nick Cage.
That is true. He's been in a shit ton
it's
of
hard.
movies.
It's hard to IMDb Nick Cage because the list is so long.
Birdie, Boy in Blue,
Firebirds.
Firebirds?
Yep,
Firebird.
1990.
You're looking for 80s, that's why.
So he's had movies in just about
Do a
every
sequel
decade,
to
just
Rich
about.
Fast
Peggy
Times at
Sue
Richmond
McMurray.
High. They can't do that movie. They would have to do that movie on Peacock or Paramount.
No shoes, no shirt, no dice.
I don't understand people's infatuation with Face Off though. That's the one I'm like, I don't understand
What?
why people like it.
It's,
I don't.
it's one of the dude, it's the only freaking John Travolta movie that doesn't make me cringe.
Yeah,
It's a great movie.
I will get. Yeah.
You
I'll
sure
give you
about that? Because he still does some cringy stuff in that movie.
Okay, when he's like Castor Troy, yes. Okay, when he's playing the Nicolas Cage character, it's like, oh god, dude, just stop, But seeing the movies I've seen John Travolta in, okay, it's still better than
I would watch Grease over this.
Saturday Night. No, Saturday Night.
You should watch Grease anyway.
I think all the
Saturday Night
80s
Fever.
films will not do good.
What was the sequel?
Oh,
Flashdance?
shit.
No, not Flashdance.
No, it wasn't Flashdance.
It was one of those
Staying Alive.
canon movies.
Staying Alive.
Staying Alive.
Yeah.
That was the
Staying Alive.
worst movie ever.
It was one of those canon movies, I think.
Why is
So
it worse?
horrible.
Why?
Yes,
It
he
was
did
bad.
switch here.
It embodied the
Never mind.
70s.
It was that transition
Invincible.
period from disco to everything else, and it was just bad.
I really enjoyed Saturday Night Fever. I saw that I don't know. I was probably at an inappropriate age the first time I saw that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand it.
Yeah, a lot of 80s movies wouldn't fly today.
Nope.
But he's Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, Conflict.
Oh, dude, I don't.
I like the first Ghost Rider movie.
When
I
Ghost
hate
Rider's on
Ghost
screen,
Rider.
it is great. When he's not on screen, it's awful.
Like I said, I mean, he's made so many damn movies
Oh my gosh.
that
that's
I
Stallone
give him a
directed
pass
that.
for the crap. I can't lump him in as like it's crappy because he's
Yeah, he
made some
did.
really, really good movies and he's been in some real shit movies. But the pool was way too big to, go one way or the other with him.
All right. Next up, a first-person Mandalorian bounty hunter game is in the works at Respawn. Let's go. First-person shooter, Star Wars, and Mando. Let's go.
Well,
It's a hit for
Unfortunately,
me.
it's not going to be.
Day
Sure,
one
why-
buy.
Sure, why not? I think it'd be pretty cool. Bring us back to the original Battlefront games.
I'm
Yeah,
sure,
and
I'm
it's not
sure
gonna
you'll
be
see
an
it by
open world game,
2034.
So I hope they have elements from the
And then I'm
canceled
canceling.
13 game that they were going to have for Boba Fett, and they
Who?
canceled it. Boba Fett had a
Who?
game. Who?
Who's Boba Fett?
Who's Boba Fett?
Oh, man.
Not this piece of shit. I hate the
You watch your mouth.
I hate the Mando. Everything
That's
Boba
big.
Fett should have been.
Din Djarin
Can't do that.
right there.
So
Don't be
anyway,
don't be mad because Boba Fett's show is pretty much Mandalorian.
I don't
season three.
think it's gonna be Din Djarin. It's gonna be a random
Boba Fett's the first
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Remember that. Everything else came after him. So that's all I can say.
Well, technically, Django was before him. So
Nope.
like-
No, Django.
Yeah,
came later on.
Django's the real Boba Fett.
No,
my
not
guy.
really.
Yeah.
Django was made later on when they go back to do the prequels. So remember, Boba
Well, I
Fett
know
was
that.
around
I'm being a smartass.
1978. Boba Fett was made.
And his daddy did more than he did.
Yeah, well, you know
Damn
what?
right he did.
Unfortunately, but guess what? Boba Fett's merchandise sold more than his daddy did. So,
Well, because you know why it sold a lot more?
That's because the prequel sucked.
Look at your wall.
Yeah.
and
This,
if I could
this is
turn
not even
around-
including the stuff
show-
that's in the
if I
warehouse.
could turn around and show my hot toys and everything
That's
inside statues, I would show you that.
Just got-
No, but I hope they take elements from the 13-13 game that they were going to do, and put that into this game, because you know what, it'd be cool if you could play, if you could be Boba Fett, if you could be Mando, if you could be Bo-Katan, if you could take certain Mandalorians and use and play them.
That actually
Instead
would
of
be
just
cool.
one-
That would be cool.
I think this will work well as a open world set.
It's not going to be an open world.
I not an open world. A Call of Duty type, like Warzone, where it has, it's what do they call those games? Stupid battle royale games.
Oh, those?
Or it could be
Yeah, like Fortnite and
Will you be able to throw Grogu like a rotten tomato at an open mic night?
Oh, what
Why
is
are we
wrong
throwing
with
it?
y'all? What is wrong
Yes.
with
Please and
y'all?
thank you.
You want first-person action? Join the army.
I never thought I wanted that till bad until now.
Dang, was season 3 really that bad? Goodness.
No.
I told
No,
you,
season 3 was
13.
very lackluster.
Well,
Then
listen,
again,
Boba
I mean,
Fett
it started falling off anyway. So
was in
Oh,
Shadows of the Empire.
They're going to do
So they had-
Grogu skins. Come on.
dude, how long did we have to wait?
How's
for
that gonna
movie?
work? Grogu skins? How's that gonna work?
It's
For
going to
what?
be on his shoulder.
Is he
For
gonna be on his
Fortnite?
shoulder anyway?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
like a Ruby Tuesday's
Wait,
appetizer.
wait. Did you say for Fortnite?
What?
They already have Grogu in Fortnite.
How does
He
that
did,
work?
Mm.
He goes on his
He's
back.
in the hover chair. I don't know.
Did he come with Mando?
Little-
You had the Mando skin, and you played in
Sure.
Fortnite. Wasn't Grogu there?
Maybe it
You
should
could
be
get-
like Indiana Jones and the Great Circle game. It could be.
I do. I remember all the games, but I wanted the 1313 to come out that they canceled.
Well, I mean, based on how long it takes them to put out games and how long games get delayed and all that other stuff.
They had a really cool Darth Maul game too that was canceled. The Darth Maul game that was supposed to come out.
That would
Nobody wanted a Darth Maul game.
I
Come on.
want a Darth Maul game.
I
Get
want
out
it.
of
It's so
here,
cool.
man. I want Darth Maul.
Until they're showing a trailer for a game, it seems to be worthless to
We
talk
actually
about
talked about this
games.
on Sunday. When I
Dang,
wasn't
that's how you are with the games. Is like how I am with the movies. Unless we see a trailer,
Yeah,
there. We talked,
It
they
ain't
talked about
happening.
this,
true.
on Sunday. We're not going to get this anytime
Need
soon.
something
This is
tangible.
you're lucky.
You
can get this-
asshole. You almost broke my finger. Tony Monero.
We're not going to get this for a very long time until the Mando.
Yeah,
movie
it's going to
comes out.
be because they're still working on that
And there was just a rumor right
open
now
world
that
game they showed at
the
a few months
Mando
ago.
season 4 is not going to be filmed anytime soon. Mandalorian movie is going to start filming in June and end in October with a lower budget than any of the Mando seasons. So, it's
Where'd you
gonna
get that from?
I just got the info now.
From where?
From the news.
from legit sources.
Yeah.
Name your source.
Dom, you've been so good all night.
What?
Son of a
Filming
bitch.
on-
We almost made it through.
Filming on the Mandalorian Grogu will run from June to October 2024. Will make a 4-month shoot. This will have a lower budget than any Mandalorian season. And then you go over here. It says the status of Mandalorian season 4 is unknown. It would not be ready for ready to film in order to be ready before the Mandalorian Grogu movie.
How's this gonna have a lower budget than the shows?
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to save money. That means it's gonna be shit.
But this is
Well,
a
the shows
theatrical- this is
all
a
together, I
theatrical
mean-
film.
It's not. It's actually part of Mando's season 4, supposedly, and they said that it has a small budget, less. I don't understand either.
I don't
But
know,
I mean,
Mom.
I don't know what the budget was for their show. Those shows all together for the full season. It was a hefty budget. It wasn't tiny.
What is this? Hashtag Max is right again. When have you ever been right, Max? Come on, stop.
Oh,
And Dom, come on. Your sources are like 5% right, usually.
Listen, don't take Marco's word, man. You got to be better than that. You got to be better than that.
No, Marcus is less than 5%. I give you 5% at least.
No, even when I'm right, they want to still prove me wrong. So
Well, it's fun proving you wrong. Next up, the writing team for Marvel Studios' Deadpool and Wolverine are Sean Levy, Ryan Reynolds, Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, and Zeb Wells.
get Zeb Wells out of there.
Yeah, I don't know
Out.
why they put Zeb
Out.
Wells in there. That's just a
I know we were gonna get that reaction. Zeb
That's
Wells
right.
has written he's probably the most hated man in comic books right now because of his Amazing Spider-Man run.
So why is he involved in this then? If they hate, I don't understand.
Dude,
You see,
all the other writers are perfect. Like, it makes sense. Sean
Yeah.
Levy, sure. Ryan Reynolds, sure.
yep.
Yeah.
Rhett Reese and Paul Wedrick, they worked in the previous 2 movies. Perfect. But
Yeah.
then you put this huge stain with Zeb Wells,
Yeah.
who just came off of She-Hulk and Thor Love and Thunder.
It's-
Why? Why?
Zeb Wells is the turd in that pool of writers.
You see, and that's the thing, and that's the reason. I don't understand. You see the situation with the writing. You get writers that are bad, that had bad, like these movies that they put out. Love and Thunder. The writing sucked in that because the movie wasn't as great. And I don't understand that. That's the thing. Why can't they find good, better writers to put on?
Well,
The other guys are
a comic
good.
book writer. He's a established writer.
You
He's
can
the
see-
type of writer you
Yeah.
usually will want on these projects.
Yeah,
He
with
knows
winners
the
like
lore.
She-Hulk and Thor: Love and Thunder. How
Yeah.
could you go
And
wrong?
She-Hulk was funny. It was perfect for me.
It was a
Damn
shit
it.
show all
For
around.
you.
It's perfect for 10% of the population. But
10%. It was one of the highest.
If you've had a
shows.
traumatic brain injury,
So was
or,
Velma. Get outta
it
here.
was fantastic.
Velma was great.
no, it wasn't. Get out of here. Now you're starting to be Crazy Joe. Now,
It was funny.
there's so many other writers that worked on the MCU that would be better than Zeb Wells. Why specifically him?
I don't know.
Thank you, Ashley. We agree on something. She-Hulk was some of his best work. Thank you very
we
much.
gonna talk about that later, Ashley.
I
Hold on.
liked She-Hulk.
I think I found a
That was
new friend. I
actually-
think I found a new
That was
friend.
actually really good.
We're gonna talk about that later, Ashley. Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh man,
She-Hulk was better than Secret Wars and Hawkeye.
It's not saying much. Well, no, it wasn't better than Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's comparing hard turns to diarrhea. But you know,
oh jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Big.
I like the She-Hulk character. Don't get me wrong. I like
I
her.
love the She-Hulk character, which is why I was so disappointed in the
Yeah,
series.
just the show overall was not good.
No.
I want Megan Thee Stallion back from what's working in season 2. Let's go.
I didn't even give a shit about the twerking.
I thought that was a fun.
The writing itself
scene.
made no goddamn
I
sense.
just
The
remember
show itself.
people melting
It didn't
down.
have to
no
make sense.
goddamn
It's She-Hulk.
sense. Yeah, She-Hulk as written was still funny in the when John Bryan read it.
I'm not going to say who Voltaire. His biggest complaint about She-Hulk was, the law wasn't right. He wanted a serious lawyer show, which
I didn't want a serious lawyer show.
What?
I wanted somebody who didn't
Ooh,
play.
Voltaire.
I'm so dedicated to being such a strong lawyer, and I'm such a strong woman that I should be the best lawyer ever.
Hey, woman.
Yet she's absolutely incompetent in law in every way, shape, and form. She at least in the comic book, she's a competent lawyer. Plays an overarching role through the comics. It was awful. It
Can
was
it
an
just
awful
be
series.
funny? It wasn't even that funny to me. I was
And
waiting
none
for
of
it
it
to
was
be
good.
I don't understand you guys' definition of funny. I laughed through the whole thing. I thought it was
Okay, so the humor worked for you and
Yes.
10% of the population, but for the
funny. No,
other
and other
80%,
thousands of people that watched it.
that's
And
still,
the
that still
millions.
could be
And
For the
millions.
fives of tens of people that
Oh,
watched
listen,
it, they
Lucifer
loved
was
it.
having shock therapy. That's why he was laughing through it. So that's why,
Shock therapy. The shock therapy was the pictures you sent me. I was like, whoa,
It was
come on, Dom.
It was not a good series. It was bad all around.
that's why they
The
canceled
writing
it.
was
So we're not
awful.
getting any more.
They had a talented actress to be able to play She-Hulk, and they gave her shit to work with.
Oh, I thought it was funny. They go to the place with all the knockoff Avengers stuff. It says Avengers. Oh man, get out of here! Hilarious,
Rogers.
hilarious, dude.
But she was already the bestest lawyer ever, Jedi.
She never said she was the bestest lawyer. She never said she was the best Hulk. That's everyone assuming she was because they.
No, I don't care
she's
about the
better
Hulk
than
part.
a Hulk because she just hulked out and just had control. The thing was, she didn't have control in her life. She didn't have control of She-Hulk. She didn't have control at work. That was the whole theme of the show. Her learning because she thought she knew everything, but she didn't. That was fun. That was the funny part.
At the same time, she was getting laid all over the place.
What? What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying that was what more she was worried about, getting laid.
Trying to slut shame.
Yes,
Jeez,
the
Dom.
hero
No,
struggle,
listen.
not actually having any real struggles. It was
Exactly.
fantastic. Great writing.
Well, what's his name from her father who played her father from Perfect Strangers was good.
Oh,
Cousin Larry?
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Next up, the decision to end Superman and Lois was due to Superman Legacy. They don't want a competing Superman product in the marketplace, which makes sense because Batman and Superman should only be done one at a time. If you're going to do a show, do a show. You can't have a show
Did
and
you
a
watch
movie
your show
going at the
last
same
night,
time.
Bruce?
What happened?
Did you watch your show last night?
Which one, Married to Medicine or Real Housewives of Potomac?
No, the show that you streamed last night.
Yes.
Where we talked about Brandon Routh.
Yes. It's a good idea. It's not the same. I don't know. It's just like I said that if they were going to keep a Superman show, it should have been Superman and Lois, or if they're going to do that Brandon Roth thing, it has to be Elseworld story. It can't be Superman set in Earth similar to the one they're doing it with Superman Legacy.
Yeah, I'm just confused why both things would leak out in some way that, hey, we want to do a Brandon Routh one, and then say, well, we're ending this one because we don't want a competing Superman product in the marketplace. Pick your lane.
Well, I don't know. We got the Matt Reeves Batman universe or whatever the hell, and it's the DC is so screwed up. I don't even know. Dude, whatever. On the film side of things, got people thinking that Gal Gadot's coming back when everybody else is gone.
I don't get it. They should have kept Superman and Lois as a show because they could have kept it running for a while before we really get Superman Legacy.
Yeah, that had a built-in audience. Hecklin as the damn main character.
It was a good series, and nobody's going to mix up a CW style series for something they put on the big screen.
Have you met the general audience?
Yeah.
They're not that bright.
You had a whole Arrowverse, and people weren't confused by that when it came to the DCU.
But there's going to be those people out there that's going to be like, Tyler Hoechlin should be in the DCU. Grant Gustin needs to be the Flash in the DCU.
You're always going to get those people. So.
There's a reason that they haven't made the jump to major films. It's actors that needs to be on streaming and TV shows, and it's actors that need to be in movies. Hoechlin and Gustin aren't big screen actors,
and that's why I think it works fine. It's when you have somebody that's been on the big screen before, and you're going to bring them. If you bring back Brandon Routh as some type of Superman character in a series, that is a competing product. He was Superman on the big screen, and you're going to have a Superman who's on the big screen. That's a competing product to me. To keep a shit CW show rolling, I don't think that's a competing issue. I mean, if CW finally puts out a competent show, and it'll end up getting cut off.
Oh, and that was also, besides this, it was also to CW being bought, and they want to move more towards what did they get
reality shows,
reality shows, and wrestling, and
they could have moved
and
to
more
Max.
faith-based shows on the network.
Moved it to Max. They could have done whatever. They could have shopped it. They could have done whatever the hell they wanted to do with it, if they really wanted to.
If they sold it to them,
yeah. It's a shame because it was really one of the more competent CW shows, and
well, at least they'll have a proper fourth season, and most shows don't get past 2, so I'm glad the show at least went 4.
Somehow Batwoman did. How that kept getting renewed was beyond me.
Next up,
even with the main actor change, kept going.
The re-release of Doom Part 1 has earned $30 million worldwide, bringing the worldwide total to 488 million.
All right.
So that's out overseas. Then I take it already.
Huh?
It's out overseas already.
This is for part one. They re-released.
No, it's part one. They re-released it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the first one made like 458 million.
Yep.
Wasn't it released day and date on Max at the time?
Yep.
Yep.
And it still killed it at box
Yep.
office.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
I wish I had a chance to see it in the theater. I didn't find any showings where I was at, but I did rewatch it on because it's still on Netflix for some reason. But yeah, I rewatched it on Netflix, and I enjoyed it a little bit more the second time.
I have watched this. I'm not gonna lie, at least 4 or 5 times. I love this movie.
I thought this movie was done great. It was a cinema masterpiece. The way it was did everything. I can't wait for part 2 to come out next month.
Part 2 is going to crush it. If this is any indication of Doom 2, for a re-release to make 30 million. Some of the bigger films have only made 5,
Hit double
10 million
Madam Web.
worldwide.
Hey, listen, I think part 2 is going to make more than the first.
No, I think Madam Web made like 49 million worldwide.
$10
Worldwide.
$10.
This is worldwide. 30 million.
That's
we said
crazy.
$10 for
It is $10. $30 million in today's economy is $10. You realize? They didn't make anything $30 million worldwide. But Madam Web, that's the thing. It's equivalent to $10.
Oh, it was a limited release. So it wasn't like it was a full release. It was limited.
I don't know, man.
Did they release
wasn't
it
a
domestically?
full
I didn't see it
release.
anywhere domestically here.
Yes,
Did they
fine.
release domestically as well?
I think they had showings in US. I'm not sure. Did anyone in the chat go this weekend and watch it?
What?
'Cause I didn't even see anything about this until I saw this article. I was like, they re-released it?
It's going to be on Netflix next week, they said.
Let's see.
Oh, that's the 40th anniversary one.
I don't even see anything about. Huh. I don't see anything listed
It's
about
one
it.
of the few movies out where you could feel the scale of it.
It was in
terms of-
IMAX early in February.
Brooklyn, when did I say I didn't like Dune? When did anyone hear me say that I didn't like Dune? That's
Oh,
not.
you said it? No, you got the.
I really did like Dune, but I didn't love it like everyone else did. But watching it a second time, I had a little bit more of appreciation for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
This was the
But-
complete
But
run.
not.
So it's been out
but
since January 24th. So it made 30 million in this run. Re-release. Not just this weekend. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, that's overseas. Domestically, it made 570,000.
Well,
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It
I know
was
it
on-
made
It was only in IMAX between February 7th and 9th domestically.
so that's all overseas.
And then the overseas, it was in 8 markets from the 8th to the 9th, which made 30 million.
And I believe the first time it ran, where is it? Here we go. It domestically made 108 million and international 324 million.
I think that if what I'm looking at is the same numbers. They're also including that February. They're
Okay.
also including the re-release.
So next up, the writer's room for the Silk series has been scrapped, except for the showrunner Angela Kang. The show will have a creative overhaul to be expected after the bad reception Madam Web got. I think they're rethinking their strategy and hopefully,
we didn't know we sucked so bad, so we better restart.
Let me guess.
I just never understand that. We have to scrap everything because people didn't like this thing we thought everybody would like.
Yeah,
If your instincts are that bad,
leading women in a franchise, not really. They have to go back.
I was excited for Silk.
it's
once
still
every
happening,
3
Dom.
series
They
for
just
Silk.
The
rewriting
problem
it.
is it's who do you market to?
It's
Do you
definitely-
market it to women that aren't going to go watch it?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, it's a streaming show, so they don't have to leave their house.
Okay,
It's not like they have to leave the house. It's not being released in theaters.
Either way, these properties aren't attracting the demographic that they're hoping to attract.
Hey, it's kind of
Yes.
like the WNBA. The WNBA wants to. The women don't wear the jerseys. They don't.
Dom.
Is that like the NBA? The NBA, you don't get the women. Where are the women that you want them to support? They don't support the WNBA as much as the NBA gets supported by men, and that's the thing. When it comes to the same thing,
I was
the
going to
people
say
that you
something
want
very
to.
No,
insensitive.
Dom.
If you
No,
don't
Dom.
stop.
No.
No,
WNBA
that
makes
was a
money.
fair point.
Oh.
That was a fair point. People complain about things
If
like
this was
WNBA.
Spider Gwen, y'all wouldn't be saying this.
No,
Y'all
no,
wouldn't
no,
be
no.
saying
It's
this.
Spider-Gwen characters. I'm talking about certain things, but
I like
the
Silk.
way they're
I-
marketing things, the people they want to get like the regular housewife or the regular person that comes in. Oh my god, I'm gonna see things. They're not getting those people. They're getting
No,
certain
housewives.
demographics, and that's it. They're not getting the mass crowds. If it was an action film, it was a man that we get us guys go see it really quick. That's the problem. You know,
Not wrong. When you got
Is it-
people like
But if
when you
they
have-
if they
no, when
want
you
to
have
bring in
writers
new
like-
audiences, let's go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, if you have writers like Phoebe Waller-Bridge who openly say that the writing is for a specific audience, that turns the rest of the potential audience off. And not,
Not,
only
not
that,
even
but
potential audience.
It turns,
it
away
turns
the
off
target
your
off. The
yeah,
target audience.
it turns off your biggest demographic who normally would see it off, and then the demographic you're trying to target isn't even interested in the shit to begin with.
No, they don't. They
So-
don't care about Indiana
that's
Jones.
it.
I mean, come on.
So yeah, it's you.
But
And I'm not
shoot
saying
yourself
that
Indiana
certain individual
Jones
girls
fell
don't
not
like
because of the
these kind of
writing. It
movies.
fell because nobody wanted to see Indiana Jones.
Well,
No.
that's
No,
because-
the writing
that's-
contributed to that. The writing
That's because
contributed
of
to that.
that's because of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Okay.
Nobody cared about Indiana Jones after Crystal Skull.
they
You're not
did
wrong
care.
there. But
They
honestly,
did care. It's just the
they
people
should have just
that
left it alone. You know.
exactly.
Yeah,
No, it's
honestly,
not like it got bad
hated it.
reviews or bad audience scores. It actually got good reviews. People just didn't go see it. The same thing with Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible. The same thing with the 12th freaking Fast and the Furious movie.
Sure, it was a lukewarm, positive response, but not overwhelmingly great.
It was a competent movie that one could go see.
Because,
was-
and if you want to talk about a good critic score, Crystal Skull had good critic score, and people trash on it.
True.
Speaking of which, I might as well do my. The views of the panel do not reflect Kingdom of Nerds as a whole. Please enjoy the show. But if they're rewriting it, hopefully it's good because it's going to be trash anyway, regardless
guess
if it's
what?
good or not.
Spider-Man's not in it. It's probably gonna fail again.
You
I
should
mean,
lean more into the Spider-Verse stuff.
I don't. If you have to scrap something and you're keeping the same showrunner, that showrunner has awful instincts.
Yeah.
If you have to scrap everything you have because it's that bad, then you have a shit showrunner. Plain and
Exactly.
simple.
Well, if
Who were the
they had the
writers on it?
script before they got the showrunner, it's not the showrunner's fault. Correct?
You bring in a showrunner first before.
Not have you met Marvel and Sony?
You should have a showrunner before you have those other pieces in place
Exactly.
You should.
because they're the glue that holds everything together.
Make this a spinoff of Into the Spider-Verse. People will watch it.
Next up,
Wait, before go back to it one more time. Now
we
if
moved
they
on,
get-
Dom. You said enough.
If I get another Star Wars thing, that's
Oh.
good. Don't worry about this right now. I'm saying
Almost 2 hours in, still doing the news.
No, I'm just saying the fact is that if they're gonna do Silk, that she got bit by the spider that bit Peter Parker, are they even gonna mention that, or is it gonna be a different take on it altogether?
No,
Have most origin stories been direct from the comics most of the time? Really, Dom?
not all. Some.
I'm not
Tom?
all, but I'm just saying the fact is that you don't even mention Peter Parker's name or anything like that. That's when the show is gonna be. I'm just saying.
Cameron would love to bring Cal Kestis to live action, but only if it's right. I don't want him to just
only if the money's right.
show up and stand around and be there. So
You
a
know,
lot of people have been theorizing that he would be showing up in a new project, and I think this quote from him pretty much says no.
no, well, not yet. Anytime soon. They have to do the third movie, the third game first. Get the
Just
third
said I
game
don't
out.
want to do a cameo.
Exactly.
Like, what would he show up in?
Well, the fact is that the Mandoverse, in the Mandoverse, because we don't know if he's still alive. That's the whole thing, because the third game is years away to coming out. So they're going to determine on what the game.
Would he still be like? Would
that
like,
age?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's a Soviet age in his 40s.
Yeah, he doesn't look 40.
He
I
was
guess
young.
to get age him up, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, don't force it. Make it make sense if he is going to show up in live action.
Well, he's going to be at Philadelphia Con, Fan Expo. I'm going to talk to him. I'll ask him. See what he says.
Get the scoop. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get the scoop. I'll bring it back to these guys.
Make sure you video too.
I'll video everything.
Make sure you have one of those
Nah,
pocket cameras.
look, we're not going to see him on the screen anytime soon because they already said that they're going to see what his faith is in the third game, and the third game is years away, probably the next 3 years is the third game. We got to see what happens there. So, and if he does show up, you're talking about 2030, maybe some. It's going to be a shit long time for him to show up.
Yeah,
I'll be surprised if he does.
By that time, they'll get somebody else to play the character if he does if they bring him live action. So. And moving on to the final topic news. At the People's Choice Awards, Rachel Zegler was named as the winner of the award for the Action Movie Star of the Year based on her starring role in The Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The winner of the People's Choice Awards are determined through fan voting, with the results
People's
announced
Choice
by
Awards? So is American Idol.
NBC and Peacock.
So
Ziegler's
American
win
Idol.
came amid nominations that also included her Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes co-star Viola Davis, as well as Tom Cruise, Gal Gadot, Brie Larson, Jason Momoa, Chris Pratt, and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, these are the.
So everybody freaked out about this. It was just fans voting randomly for the person they feel is more popular than the next person.
Well, guess what?
That's
And-
obviously.
and discuss this while I'll be right back.
Biden with the stealing of the.
Yes.
the stealing of the
So
votes.
so Rachel Zegler beat Keanu Reeves in John Wick Chapter 4. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, just like American Idol, there were the people that call in to vote for things and people that submit things to vote for things are not necessarily representative of the the community as a whole. So I mean the movie did fine. The Hunger Games movie did well in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, I like the movie, but like this is not right. This is no, not right at all. Like,
I mean, truthfully, most of the I don't understand. It's confusing to me. I would love to see the demographics of the people that voted.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the same people who voted for the presidency. The same people, those same people that got into this thing and rigged it, stolen.
Don't say it.
I just think, like I said, used to get this with American Idol all the time. You'd watch it. You'd sit there and watch American Idol. You'd see one person that was like this amazing singer, and then you had some 15-year-old girl that liked to drop down to one knee every time she hit a high note and would do runs all over the place. And you're like, okay, that you're not as good as the other person. And it didn't matter. That person would win because the people that are calling in and voting for these things and doing that was their demographic, and that's the people that participated.
She got the votes in because of all the hate she got because of Snow White. Who knows? You
Uh,
don't know
I-
because
I-
I don't.
He
I
beat
on its
Tom
face, on its
Cruise.
face, it sounds stupid, but it's also the People's Choice Awards. So
It's
I
kids.
mean,
It's all
outside
kids,
of like a buy one get one free Big Mac, it's not an award that most carries any
Well,
weight anywhere.
There's a big fan following for Hunger Games, and mostly it's a demographic of kids, that like the Hunger Games. So they go
And
with
like
the
I said, the
younger,
movie did good.
the younger casting of a character that's younger than John Wick and Tom Cruise.
Never underestimate the power of the young adult audience.
Yeah.
It is a powerful demographic. That's where their money is. That's where things get targeted to. Those are the type of people that respond for these things. Those are the type of people that will call in and vote and do things for that. So it shouldn't be overly surprising we see something like this.
Yes. Did anybody watch the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes?
Yes,
I'll
Is
wait
it
till
on
it's free.
streaming yet?
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I'll wait till
Because
can
I
watch it
enjoyed
on
the
streaming.
originals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
I
the
one.
previous ones, except for Mockingjay Part 2.
I
Yeah,
saw the
nobody
first
did.
one, and I couldn't care less. I don't.
Yeah,
It's not my cup of tea.
It's not your bag, baby.
Nah, it's not.
Again, like I said, that the young adult, that YA audience for books, for movies, for stuff like that, it is a big audience. It is a big demographic that
They're lost
gets targeted.
and in denial.
I've always said that there are three pillars as far as the young adult novel fan base. It's Harry Potter, Hunger Games, and Twilight. And
There you
so,
go. Yeah,
this-
it's that demographic.
Don't forget the Percy Jackson books.
it's trying to throw its hat in the ring, but I think it needs.
But
little
it's
more
not. Yeah, it was never at that level.
Yeah, it needs
where
a
the
little
other
more
stuff is.
time. Hopefully, with as the show, keeps they keep doing stuff with the show, it'll probably get more popularity. The season 1 was pretty good. Season 1 was pretty good.
Yeah, it was fun.
People still read the books? I don't know.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
sure
the young,
I-
the young kids read some novels. They read the young adult novels. And stuff like that.
You know, I
Songbirds have a
know.
book? Did Songbirds have a book?
I don't know. I don't think anybody's ever referenced prequel books for Hunger Games. But
I don't know.
Let me look.
I don't know all of the books that fall within that series of everything that she's written around that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's the bread and butter of those types of series.
Yeah, 2020.
Is
Yes.
you just keep building that world out,
Wow,
building that world
that was
out.
quick. If it released in 2020 and everybody did a movie. Wow. I will say this, that my friend's younger sister, she's about 19, and all her friends, they're in a phase where they're reading all the Vampire Diary books, which I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I read
Yeah.
those years ago.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, but it's a very vocal demographic. Whatever size it is, I don't know, but it's a pretty vocal demographic. And this movie did, for a really shitty box office year outside of Barbie and Oppenheimer.
And with all the
This movie
controversy
did well.
around there,
It did really well. Better.
Yeah.
It had legs. People did not expect this movie to do well.
well, because of the controversy around her, then that actually pushed her, propelled her more, and that's controversy actually sometimes makes things better.
I think this movie would have done well regardless of the controversy.
But no,
Because
her as the actress, no, her as the
Well,
actress.
she has a huge fan base.
I know she does. I know she does. Hey, listen, you know what? It's just stings a little bit, a little more.
It's the
to,
People's Choice Awards. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I know, but I'm saying it's still an award show. It's like, what is it like? What's the Nickelodeon thing with the green goop?
The Kids' Choice Award.
The kids shows little kids don't know anything anyway.
The Rock wins every year. Come on.
Or the
Kids don't
slime
know
on
shit.
it.
Rigged.
The Rock is the most popular
Yeah,
actor in the
this
world.
world is in
Actually,
trouble, man, with all those
Yeah.
kids. So don't worry.
ah, so moving on to a little movies we that bombed in the box office that we love and enjoy.
We got there. We
First up,
finally got there.
hey, we get there eventually.
Anybody pick
That's what we
Madam
do for
Web?
madness.
Nope.
If Perp
No,
was here,
because you'd have to love the movie.
if Perp was here, he would have picked Madam Web.
Yep.
We got Blue Beetle released in 2023.
Yay!
Soto, starring Cholo, Adriana Raza, Damien Alcazar, Raul Max Trujillo, Susan Sarandon, and George Lopez. I love this movie. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a huge Blue Beetle fan. Jaime Reyes is my Blue Beetle. I will watch this movie over and over. I know it was made for Max. It took a chance. The character, the movie was well received by audience, critics. It's just that people didn't go see it because they felt that it didn't tie into to anything, and the DCU was ending. DCEU was ending. But if you haven't seen this movie, it's on streaming. Give it a watch. Cholo is really good in this. The action's good. The special effects are good. And Susan Sarandon wasn't a bad villain. You know, we got a lot of Power Ranger action towards the end of the movie, which I loved. And George Lopez killed it with his comedy. Thank you very much.
I'm kind of with AOA on this one.
I agree with you. I really enjoyed this movie. I will say I didn't care for Susan Sarandon as much in the film, but everything else I really enjoyed. This was my favorite DCEU movie that came out last year, and it's a shame that it didn't do better at the box office. I'm glad that they took a chance, and because as you said, this was really supposed to be a Max original film, and they took a chance. It's like it was good enough to be in theaters. And yeah, I just think it's I think it's a fun time. I fan casted Zolo as Jaime for like the longest time, and I can't believe they casted him. So I had to see it just on that alone that they actually got him to be Blue Beetle. But yeah, the action was fun. The cast was really good. I like seeing Jaime's family. I thought the chemistry with all the family was really good.
God,
And
I hated his sister.
You hated the sister.
she was okay. She was okay.
As a fuck up.
The grandmother was fucking amazing.
'Cause
I
that's
wanted
Jeez.
to while I was great.
I thought you would have more problem with George Lopez, but geez. But,
No, the sister was nothing but a plot device to get him into situations.
Okay, but all right.
I liked him though. I liked Jaime Reyes. I liked him being cast as Jaime Reyes. I liked him
Ted
in the
Kord's-
movie.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. Ted Kord's daughter, I liked her too. She was pretty good. Yeah, and I'm glad that James Gunn's bringing him back to be Jaime in the DCU.
He deserves to be in the DCU. I think he introduced the world to this version of Blue Beetle in live action. And even though Blue Beetle has been around for years, Brave and the Bold animation, and the Young Justice, and he has a huge fan base because of Cobra Kai. Anyway, so he's the first live action DCU led Latino movie, I believe.
He shouldn't have been introduced in a solo movie.
Why not?
We saw how well the movie did. That's why.
Well, that wasn't because of the movie. It's because of the marketing, because of
exactly,
the writer's strike,
exactly.
because of James Gunn.
That's what I'm saying. They picked it right. If he was a character that had been teased in other ways or introduced in other ways, then you gave him a solo vehicle, I think it would have hit better. But you just kind of dropped a Blue Beetle movie. And most people don't know who the hell Blue Beetle is. And then half of them who know Blue Beetle know Ted Kord. And then the other half know Jaime Reyes.
The younger generation knows who he is because of Young Justice and Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, but they didn't show up to go see the movie.
Well, the parents wouldn't let
That's
them
what
out.
bothers me.
I mean,
Well, if the parents don't take their kids, how they gonna go?
yeah. How long ago was Young Justice out? The
Last
kids are
year,
old.
the year before, the last
Yeah,
season.
yeah, but it's been out long enough that it's not like 9-year-olds can't make it to the theater. It's been around long enough. You've had Blue Beetle around long enough.
He was
You
in
should-
video games. So,
I mean,
Oh.
it's clear that this movie was having an uphill battle because of the polarizing reception of the DCU up until that point. So, if it was in a more established DCU where everybody was more positive about it, it probably would have done better.
Yeah.
But I still think I still don't think it's a bad idea for them to do this movie. It needed to be in better circumstances. And I'll say this
Yeah.
right now, and I'm going to make all you Ted Core fans really mad, but this would have done better than a Ted Core movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
agree
agree.
100%. You're not going to get disagreement out of me on that. And like I said, I like the character. I think it suffered from timing. It suffered from bad marketing and how they
You
launched
know,
it.
and
Honestly,
And then they
if
turned around and
only
said that-
there,
not
there,
part of
there
the,
wasn't
the
there wasn't much
DCU.
that James Gunn and Zaslav and they wanted to say from what was coming up, and this and Shazam were the best of the worst at that point. So
honestly, I'm
they had
surprised.
to release it. They funneled so much money into this to get into theaters.
I'm surprised the Cobra Kai fans didn't come out either.
I know.
Yeah,
But the majority of critics loved it. It had a high audience score. It's not like it was a mixed reception. It was actually loved.
it was
critics and-
well received, but people just you can receive it as well as you want, but if people aren't coming out and putting asses in seats, that's all that matters in the long run.
It's just like James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. I thought that was probably one of the best entries of the DCU, and nobody saw it. So, shame.
Shame. All right, next up, Fight Club, released in 1999, directed by David Fincher, starring Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, Meatloaf, and Jared Leto.
Yeah, people forget that this movie did not do well in the theaters. It only pulled in like 37 million domestically when it came out. It wasn't until several years after that it started to get a cult following. But it is a great movie.
I've never seen Fight Club.
You've never seen Fight Club?
What?
I mean, it's you're getting number one. I mean, I'm a big Chuck Palahniuk fan. So I like the source material to begin with, but I'm also a huge Fincher fan. I love the way Fincher storyboards a movie, and I like the way he films a movie. The acting throughout this movie is fantastic. It's a wonderful movie all around.
Maybe because I was not a big at this point I did not like Brad Pitt as an actor. I didn't like his movies that he was doing at the time, so I didn't bother seeing this. I just never went back to watch it.
Remember, if you never got into a fight, you never know what you're about. Remember that.
It was a weird ass movie.
It's a fantastic movie that, again, it's so well cast. Everybody that's in it is great. And if you don't like Jared Leto, you get to see him get his face completely smashed in.
Oh my
That's a
God.
plus.
Oh,
But no, I mean, all around, everybody is great. And it's unlike anything that was out. It was a movie that took risks in terms of the material put out and how it put it out. It's a beautifully shot movie. It's all around just a fantastic movie. And it's sad that it didn't get the reception it should have gotten in the theater, but I'm glad that it kind of got the cult status that it did after.
I'll be honest, I'm not a big David Fincher fan, but this is one of the few movies he made that I did enjoy quite a bit. So,
when you watch the movie and you see it, then at the end you see what it's all about. You're like, what the? Like he wasn't even a real person, man.
And it reintroduced people to the Pixies at the end.
Yeah.
And, that makes it all worthwhile as well.
Nice
Yeah,
choice. Anything you want to say, Brian, about it?
No, it wasn't my bag. I just wasn't. It didn't fit my type of movie I was watching at that time.
Next up, Waiting, released in 2005, directed by Rob Kidrick, starring Ryan Reynolds, Anna Faris, and Justin Long.
I like this movie.
That's
Right.
This one is my pick. It's one of the greatest. If you've ever worked service in your entire life, and especially food service, greatest films of all time. When I went to automotive school, the game they play, they tried playing that.
Oh, jeez.
Uh huh.
Little Batwing.
Uh huh. Yep. So yeah. No, this was a great movie. I remember quoting it to all get out for at least 10 years later. Even Justin Long was great. I mean, it had Dane Cook before they started putting him in movies, and yeah, no, it was just really good all around. Even Ryan Reynolds, but watching it again, very creepy.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
yeah.
Luis Guzman. Freaking,
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds going after that.
The high school girls,
It has some awkward moments, to say the least, that don't stand up. But
like his whole movie motivation in that movie is to try to hook up with a 17-year-old.
All right.
Yeah.
You never seen Waiting, DL?
No, I never heard of this movie.
Oh,
but again, I think if you've worked in a corporate restaurant and service like this in any capacity, it hits a lot harder than,
Yes,
than
because,
if you haven't.
You think about it. If you're rude to your people that serve you, you're gonna get what's coming to you. Remember that.
I will never be rude to anyone that served my food again. I will never undertip. DL, you should watch this movie. We should watch this and you should watch it and review it. It'd be a great.
I mean,
movie.
it's that good. I used to work at Red Robin, okay, and it's
boy.
dead on. It's dead on. Like from everything to the kitchen to the managers trying to be overly zealous about the job, and it's just like, oh gosh, Still Waiting sucked.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
The
I didn't
sequel
watch
to
Still
this
Waiting.
was really dumb.
Yeah,
But
it's
Luis
not- it's not a
Guzman
movie
in this
show.
movie, hilarious.
Yes.
Dude, when he's having sex with his girlfriend in the bathroom, and the kids come in, take a picture of him, and he's like giving the thumbs up and the smile. Oh my god, dude, I was laughing my ass off. Dude, and then what's his name? Shy McBride, his character, where he was basically like the therapist that did the dishes. Yeah.
Bottomless fries.
Dude, bottomless fries sucked. Oh god, man! Can I get a fry too? Garlic fries. You had to sit there and toss them in the butter and the garlic. Oh god.
Oh man, I didn't care for their fries. I didn't care.
It made me rethink the whole thing of, is that Parmesan or is that dandruff on my food?
Or something else.
Yeah.
Or something else.
What?
It was so disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Still
Trust
funny.
me, you don't
It's
want to
on-
be
it's on
rude
Prime.
to anyone.
It's on
You
Prime.
need to watch this DL tonight.
It is.
Well,
It's a great film, dude, and it's not that long, and it is funny. Like at
A
the
lot
end
of
the
funny
day.
moments.
I'm normally not rude to waiters because I have friends that work at restaurants. So yeah, I've always been respectful and tipped. But like, yeah, I might have to check this out. I might,
I've seen so many people be rude to the wait staff, and
Yep.
I want to see the chef. Bring them out. I just was like, oh, why? What's in their food that they're bringing back?
Yep.
Right?
Don't order anything
yeah,
with gravy. Just trust me.
And the cast in this movie is great because it's like way ahead of its time. Like everybody in this movie went on to do other things.
The
This is
Dane
when
Cook,
Ryan Reynolds was still
height of his,
still funny.
his popularity.
Well, this is like right after the Van Wilder stuff. So like, yeah,
Yeah,
this
Wow, that
was
was amazing.
That's awesome. Van Wilder's amazing.
DL, have you seen Van Wilder?
I'm sorry, Just Friends is the best Ryan Reynolds movie.
that is a
hands
good
down.
movie.
not for me. Van Wilder's not for me.
Him in the fat suit
Oh.
is
Not so much.
just priceless.
It's a great movie. Check this out if you haven't seen this, and be nice to the wait staff because
Please
you
do.
know
Yeah.
you never know what ends up in your mashed potatoes.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Alita Battle Angel, released in 2019, directed by Robert Rodriguez, starring Rosa Salazar, Christopher Waltz, Jennifer Connelly, Mahashala Ali,
Mahershala Ali. He's about to be Blade. Give him some respect.
Ash,
Exactly.
Ash Green, Jackie Earl Haley, and Kian Johnson.
I like this movie too.
Yeah. When this movie was coming out, I had no expectations for this. I halfway didn't even want to see it. The only reason I did is because James Cameron was producing it. I was very scared that Robert Rodriguez was directing this because of his track record for kids movies. So I was like, I didn't know what to expect with this.
Not a big Shark Girl and Lava Boy fan.
Yeah, Shark Girl and Shark Boy and Lava Girl, no. Then the last.
Come on, those are great movies. Damn it!
No, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. And then the last couple Spy Kids movies he did was garbage. So I'm like, I don't know what Robert Rodriguez am I going to get for this? And why would James Cameron get him specifically? But I was open to seeing it, and of course I was just as taken back as everyone else when I saw the bug eyes on Alita. I was like, whoa, that's very unnerving, but let's see how it goes. And this was coming out around this came out the same year as Captain Marvel, and you guys know how I feel about that movie. And man, this is such an underrated film. It was so good. It had no business being as good as it was. This is probably the best live action anime adaptation we got film wise. Like, it was very, very well done. The effects of that movie was outstanding. Of course, I see how James Cameron's touch on this, but Robert Rodriguez did a really good job directing this as well. I cared for all the characters. I was specifically, Alita is probably one of my favorite female leads in a film. And I didn't think I would say that. Like, I was so invested in her journey. Yeah, I was a little bit, it took me a minute to adjust to her big eyes, but like I got over that real quickly because she was just so well written. She's just such a compelling character.
Big eyes you have there.
Did you watch the anime?
Yes, I did watch the anime before that. And it was okay. That was okay.
I've never seen this. Because I did
not
like the anime at all.
That is good. It's a good movie. It is.
I think this is way better than the anime. It is way better than the anime.
And it's a shame that it was underrated the way it was. It actually really is a good movie.
It's one of those culture war movies, though. Like it's like the anti-SJWs cling to it. They're like, "This is a movie for us." It's like, oh god.
I mean, I guess it didn't help that this, like, once again, this came out the same year as Captain Marvel, and that movie made $1 billion, and this one underperformed. Even though this was a better made film than Captain Marvel. It does still have those anime weirdness here and there. So like it still had some odd choices here and there. But as far as just like the direction, the performances, like I actually cared about this character's journey throughout the movie. The action scenes are done really, really well. Like this is what I want when I say that female lead, like females can lead a film if they're well written, and they're making me care about this android thing with big eyes. Like,
well, it's not like
competently done.
Well, females have been leading movies for decades. It's nothing new.
Yeah, just as far as action films, because we just debated about it not too long ago that like the demographic don't want to see female leads because blah 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 blah. Like this is the type of stuff when we talk about like the Sarah Connors and the Ripleys and like the Bride from Kill Bill. Like this is the type of stuff that I want to see. Like so.
When I was talking earlier, I was more referring. I'm not talking about having a female lead. I'm talking about how they market the movie, like how they direct the movie. So like, if it's directed to if it's pushed in a direction that's going to try to capture a different audience than the target audience, that's where the issues come from. So that's what I was trying to say.
If they target one audience that probably won't see it and alienate the target audience that probably will see it, like I think they're fine when they push and target to different audiences. It's when they at times will target to the detriment of the bigger demographic that would normally see it.
But yeah, so I hope we get sequels from this. James Cameron and Robert said that they do want to make sequels, so I hope.
Yeah, I hear a stir about it every now and then that they would consider making a sequel or thinking about making a sequel. I wish they would. I don't know whether I was more amazed whether I enjoyed the movie or whether the fact that I enjoyed the movie and Robert Rodriguez directed it.
Right.
Because that initially is what turned me off to it. I was like, oh, his career arc has not been pleasant.
Right.
And but no, this was a fantastic movie. It was really well cast, and like you said, you actually care about that character who's not a real person. That takes a lot to do in a movie when you have that type of interaction, this type of movie. So it was a good movie.
Next up, Shawshank Redemption, released in 1994.
Which is a good movie too.
Directed by Frank Darabont, starring Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman, Bob Gulton, William Sadler, and Clancy Brown.
This is $1 script, I believe. I think.
Get busy living or get busy
So,
dying.
yeah, this was mine. Shawshank, of course, is based off the Stephen King short story from the book Four Seasons in 1982. Underperformed, only made, well, let's see here, made $7-something million at the box office in the first run. So, I don't think I could think of this not making good money nowadays if it came out now.
Yeah, it is crazy that's all it made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great movie. I mean, we get Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins, Clancy Brown is in this as well. A few other folks. I'm sure I will forget their names if I even tried. I would watch this. I have this on Laserdisc. I watch this every once in a while. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch.
Yeah,
This is one of my dad's favorite movies. I don't know how many times he watched this over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, Stephen King took a handful of his properties and would license the rights to those properties for $1 to get young people to, get their foot in the door in the business where it wouldn't be cost prohibitive and make movies and stuff like that. And that's what I believe Darabont did with this story. I believe he bought the rights for $1 to be able to.
Wow.
That's crazy.
What was the budget of this? Yeah, let me check.
25 million.
And it only made $7 million in the box office?
It made domestically after a run 28 million. 7 million initial. And then so it's made 28 million. It doesn't, this one doesn't say domestic opening $727,000.
Jeez.
You think just if you've seen this movie, more people than that would go see it now.
Yeah.
If this came out today.
Yeah.
I feel bad that ABC, was it ABC? They had a Castle Rock series, which was very, very interesting.
Rose Red?
No, it was, I believe it was just called Castle Rock, but it basically took the whole kind of Stephen King universe.
Just recently.
Yeah. It took it. You had a young version of Broad from Misery in one of the seasons. You had Shawshank Prison there. You had all these Stephen King pieces in a single universe. It was very interesting.
Nice. But I think that is it for our movie picks of.
What about mine?
You don't get one.
Oh, damn you.
Dang.
Did I forget your pick? I might have forgot your pick.
I had 2 picks too.
I forgot. What was your pick?
Oh my god.
Well, I had 2. A solo.
All right. You get a wait. There you go. What were your picks?
No, well, I had Solo, a Star Wars story, and I had the Suicide Squad. But It's good. Don't worry about it.
No, it's fine.
I'm-
I love the Suicide Squad. I thought it was a great movie. It was. I didn't like the first one at all.
I like the first one. That's the one
I
I liked.
didn't like it either.
I liked it. That I actually like that much better than Batman Superman. I can tell you that.
Uh oh.
Batman Superman was.
I disliked both of them.
I'm just waiting for the hate mail to start coming in and messages.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't big on BVS either, but at least the editing was better in that than Suicide Squad. The editing was driving me freaking nuts in that movie, and the song choices. I'm like, what are you doing? But
insert pop song every 10 seconds. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like the songs.
Very
I like
weird.
the songs in it. You're gonna try to do a Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing with the music in the movie. That's what they were trying to do. But
But
I thought that
you know,
was great. It was fun.
I enjoyed it. I loved the opening, and half of them got fucking murdered.
just the fact that they could put Polka Dot Man and Starro on the big screen and it works. I'm just so surprised.
Oh, Starro was just shocked.
And they
I was
killed
like,
Pete
what?
Davidson in the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Oh, that was great.
Yep.
Amazing.
They should kill him in the first 30 seconds now.
Suicide
Sing
Squad.
along.
Suicide Squad did pretty good at the.
Yeah.
I mean, 749 million.
Came out in the middle of COVID.
But it's
Yeah.
the old one. It's the new one. The old one. The first
No,
one.
the new one, the Suicide Squad, not.
Oh, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
Ah,
the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It's a
That's
difference.
just Suicide
I
Squad.
like this.
It
one.
released on Max and
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
theater at the same day.
Budget 185 million. Made
It actually
168
made me
million.
like John Cena as an actor.
You know, if after Suicide Squad, you wouldn't have got
So would a bag of sedatives, but you don't see everybody getting a bag of sedatives when you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
yeah, King Shark was hilarious in this. I really enjoyed the
That's
character.
Stallone.
Yep.
It was James
Fred?
Gunn.
Rick Flag was so much better in this for me than the original. I didn't care for him in the previous one.
Enchantress.
Oh no.
No, we try to forget that part happened.
No,
The whole second half of the movie. They're trying to forget that. It was bad.
I couldn't take that. I can stomach that movie. I'm sorry. For you Suicide Squad fans, that was not my movie I wanted. I'm not going to knock anybody that loved it, but
I just don't think an haircut's going to fix that. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Who?
Exactly.
I did like Jared Leto's the Joker, and I get a lot of hate on that. But
I did. I liked it too. I thought it was good.
it's one of the few
Yeah, no-
things in that movie that I thought was interesting.
There's no accounting for bad taste, but it's okay.
Oh, all right.
I'm kidding.
Well, I liked him, and I liked it. The only time I liked Jared Leto was like the 30 seconds he was in the Snyder Cut.
Weasel.
Yeah, he was good in that too. Yeah.
I forgot about the Weasel.
And Weasel. Yeah, I love Weasel.
Who said Weasel couldn't swim? He's all drowning and shit. That was hilarious.
Shrouded.
He's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but
Yeah,
oh
swim.
my gosh, so funny.
Yeah, Polka Dot Man seeing his mom everywhere. Like,
Oh my god, that was
hilarious.
so funny.
That movie was great. I really enjoyed it, dude. Even like when they're going through the village, just like off in the
Oh,
freedom
that was-
fighters.
Oh my
Oh
god,
man, I was just laughing my ass off.
so good.
No, you got to let Gunn be just like be full Gunn, go 100% Gunn.
Yeah, it was totally his vision, and he didn't feel any like too much studio interference. It felt like he was able to have full creative control, and it just made an all around better product. I wish this was the Suicide Squad we got from the beginning, but
I like Ratcatcher.
Oh yeah,
Was it
Redcatcher was good. Yeah.
Rich Fell said underrated, definitely.
And I will say with Solo, I do agree. I did like Solo, and that was a movie I was. That was the movie I was crapping on too, because like the trailers didn't look good at all, And but
Everybody
like
crapped on
watching,
it when I watched it.
Look,
It's
with
good.
all the controversy that the Last Jedi got months before in December, they, people who boycotted this movie lost out. This movie was a fun movie, a fun ride. The characters were on cue. They brought in, Crimson Dawn. You had so many different. See, that's another thing. They had all these spin-offs. Beckett, Woody Harrelson playing Beckett. You could have had so many things from this movie. And
I wanted the Kira spinoff so bad.
yeah, so did I. I wanted Kira's, and they put in the comic book, but they just it only made $393 million. That this day and age for a Star Wars movie is kind of that bomb.
yeah,
But-
that's not good. Especially
they had
'cause
a bunch-
it's
had
the
a-
most expensive Star Wars movie ever made.
I know
Yeah.
Because they rewrote the
275
game
million
because-
budget.
because Lord and Miller wrote the first script. They scrapped the whole thing, But I did really enjoy this, and every time it comes on TV, I watch it. Lando, freaking Dave Glover. I like. He's spot on, man. Come on, Ehrenreich, he spot on as Han Solo, and all the people that hated on this movie, they really missed out on the movie that was really fun. It was a fun ride, an enjoyable ride. It had a lot of action, and it was just the visuals were great too, And then, like I said,
It's funny that the critic score for this movie is higher than the audience score.
It was
That's
a
the
decent
same thing.
movie. It was decent because you could watch it as a standalone movie.
Well,
You didn't
yeah.
have to have a ton
the
of background
critics
to be able to watch
was
this
high
movie.
in The Last Jedi too. So,
Do-
it just
The only
Do
thing
you-
I,
took a long time.
the only thing I hated in this movie was L337. I could not
Yeah,
stand
yeah.
that
Thank
droid.
you.
I,
Thank you,
Robot
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Liberation. Yeah.
What were you saying, Sticks?
Do you think the critic score is high because critics don't want to say anything bad about Ron Howard? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are people really that high on Ron Howard?
Ron Howard's a
He's
powerhouse in Hollywood.
The Grinch Who Stole
Always has
Christmas
been.
was a cinematic
Gordon now is a
masterpiece.
big time director too, so she's all
he,
all-
he's been around a long time. That
Yeah.
maybe they don't want to say anything bad because they.
I don't know.
Journalism is about access.
I don't know. They said bad stuff about the Da Vinci Code trilogy.
Yeah.
And look, I know that he can't be Harrison Ford. I know Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford, but unfortunately, Harrison Ford never liked the Star Wars franchise to begin with. He got paid. He always wanted to get killed off the show. He didn't want to do it anymore. And when you ask him questions, he gives you freaking dumb remarks like "I don't care," "I don't know," and "I don't want to know" type of shit. So, but if you're gonna go back and do stuff for characters that are young, I think Ehrenreich should come back. If you're gonna do the Mandoverse and you're gonna have Han Solo come back, you bring him back.
Yep.
And
I don't want
You know,
another
I think-
DH Harrison Ford, please.
I don't know. They already opened Pandora's box with Luke. I'm just saying.
yeah, I know, yeah.
They
True.
opened Pandora's box.
But but they can get him.
It's
as
not
the
a good
actor
box to
stand-in.
have open.
They can get him as a stand-in and then put Harrison Ford's face to give it a little, make him younger type of thing because they had a stand-in for Luke, and they did so they could do that too with this.
No more de-aging, no
They're-
recasting, just move on from Star.
They were
From
idiots.
Skywalker.
There's so many.
They were idiots with Luke for not just grabbing Sebastian Stan and just saying, "Hey, here you go. You're young Luke. Move on with it. You're a real person."
But yeah, this movie should have. If this movie came out the next year in December, I think it would have made a lot more money because that's another thing too. A few of the movies started coming out in December, and people got used to that holiday movie to go see. Since the Last Jedi came out, then this, like I said, the controversy with the Last Jedi. This coming out in May, if they would have pushed it a little bit more and did a little bit more marketing, it might have made more. It probably would have made at least $700-800 million if they did the right marketing and they pushed it.
Listen, I want to look at the prequel Rotten Tomato scores.
The prequels from Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
Yeah, to see how the critics rated them compared.
I think the Phantom.
Solo.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Look,
Phantom Menace, and then we
I'm sorry, I
had-
don't
The Rebel
criticize.
Sisters
I do not criticize the sequel trilogy at all because the prequels exist. I'm sorry. I just no, and no.
Yeah, like people saying that the sequels are worse than the prequels. I'm sorry. Like,
Absolutely
no.
not.
You have rose-colored glasses because the Clone Wars and Rebels came out, and it made you appreciate them more. But I'm sorry.
You know what it is? The prequels, as bad
You
as
know,
they
just
were,
like I'm
the
sorry. No,
prequels,
let me
as
just say
bad as
this.
they were, there was a story.
Let me just say this.
The sequel trilogy had no direction. That was the problem.
People have this
'Cause people bitched
unfettered
and didn't
love
want it.
of the prequel trilogy. They were not well received. They were not liked by general audience. They were not liked by Star Wars fans when they came out.
These are the same people that on this that hate the sequel trilogy, that hated George Lucas, that pushed them out. The
But
same
you-
people that hated these.
The
But you
same
have to
people that
think
sent
there's a-
George Lucas hate mail and death
Yep.
threats after these came out.
But again, there's that. But that was our generation going to see the prequels
Yeah, but it was
initially.
your generation that bitched about it.
It was, and then the prequels were the first. For a bunch of kids, that was their intro to Star Wars, and those are the people that love it now and defend it now and say it's better than the sequels because the prequels are their Star Wars. Just the way the original stuff is my Star Wars. Yeah, it's
Well, that's why I
But
tell
Return
people.
the
There's
Jedi.
some-
Look,
How old were
96.
you when
There's
you got into Star
we
Wars?
don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that
We
one.
gonna talk about this
Hey.
one?
No.
That's the first appearance of Snips of Ahsoka. Look at that, 97, baby.
Get the hell out of
That's
here.
the Empire
No, there's
Strikes
some
Back,
people
my
that-
favorite movie of all time.
Overrated.
Yeah,
Well,
that was just.
Not overrated.
There's some people that even
But
say
to be
Revenge
fair,
of
well,
the
Lucas
fair,
Lucas
a
did
lot
the
of
smart thing. He
This is
didn't
the
direct
movie
that
They
movie.
have to build around. They have to make movies like this. They have not come close to this.
to be fair, this was before everything was verified,
See, and that's
so
bullshit
anybody
too.
could have. The same thing with the sequels. So we don't know what the scores would have been if they were verified by people that actually saw the movies.
So how many thumbs are we talking here? 2? 1.5?
That's why
Oh,
the return.
We got to
the
find an
original
old tape of
always
Cisco and
like-
Ebert reviewing them.
Always will be.
there's some people that said Revenge of the Sith is their favorite Star Wars movie.
Which one?
And for
Revenge
for
of
a
the
certain for a certain
actually,
age
no,
of person,
more people. Are actually
I understand it.
It's right up there for me. And
Yeah,
I grew up with the
people
original
are like
trilogy.
It's the only one I can watch over and over. I
Without
can't watch
falling
the first
asleep.
two. I cannot watch the first two.
I can't make it through the first 2 in one sitting.
I will admit that the Phantom Menace has kind of a guilty pleasure for me because that's the first Star Wars movie I've ever seen, and I think I saw that one the most out of all 3 of them.
And you like, see, and that's
But-
the thing. That's what you got.
Oh wait,
introduced to.
That's DL's age group. Though.
you-
That was his,
you
that was your
weren't
Star
born
Wars.
before '77, so you can't criticize Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess not. Even though Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, but
I hate Return of the Jedi. Boba Fett went to Sarlacc.
yeah, he deserves it because he didn't do anything.
Nah, listen, Luke was the one that he helped Han with the using the Force by knocking him into the thing. That's how it is.
Oh, okay.
You know,
your head canon.
and
Boba,
20 to
Boba Fett
30
went out like a bitch. Ugh.
in 20 to 30 years, we'll have other YouTubers that the sequel trilogy was their first Star Wars movies that they watch, and they will be given the same love and admiration that
Well,
a lot of people
think
give the
they had
sequel and the prequels and the original
The
trilogy
adults.
because of our friend of the channel, Josh International Comics. He hates the original trilogy. He hates the prequels, but he loves the sequels. You know, there are a lot of general audience that are like that. So when we stop doing the YouTube and we're watching in 20 or 30 years, you know, I don't know if Dom will be here, but
Damn.
he'll
Pushing
be
fucking things back.
taken out by stress of
Who
waiting
the
so
fuck- no, who
long.
the fuck knows? Way shit's going on with how long they're putting things out. I'm not going to see the ending of this shit.
Max said, "How dare
It's
you,
over.
Brian?
It's
The
over
prequels
already.
are
They're all
perfect."
dead.
No, they're
The
not.
Skywalkers, they're all
No,
dead.
they're not.
This is why Max should have been on the show instead of an audience, so he can give his bad take. What's he doing? He's dapping. What?
What are
Stop.
you doing,
What?
sir?
I can't. I can't. I can't. Yeah, I will admit I've only seen the sequel trilogy once. Maybe it's high time I start watching them again. to see if I still love them as much as I did when I first saw them the first time.
If you like incompetent storytelling, they're for you. The last
Hey,
movie is the worst. I'm fine with the first two. I think Last Jedi has some serious issues. I don't like the way they handled a lot of the characters in it, but the first two are fine as competently made movies. I have my Star Wars issues with them, but as movies themselves, they're fine. The last movie is pure trash.
I like the Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. It's like it's fine if I crush a few rails of Adderall before going to watch it.
Well, it's actually the better one. It's the best one out of the sequel of the sequel trilogy. If you really think about it,
it's. Let's see how much crap we can stuff in, where we find a MacGuffin to find another MacGuffin to find another MacGuffin to get to this. It's awful. It's bad.
I know it's not a good movie, but I like it.
and that's fine. It's fun watching crap too. You know, it's there's a certain joy in watching controlled chaos.
X-Men 97 is getting a TV 14 rating.
Huh.
So
interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It's on Disney.
Yeah.
It's like the original show was only TVY 7. Like, why are we going to TV 14 now? Like,
probably because of mature themes of mutants, and they're going to push hard into storytelling.
I don't know.
That's
Echo put me in a false sense of security with the
I'm with you on that.
Even the original animated series had a portion of it that dealt with the mutant. The drugs and stuff.
Oh yeah, the drugs.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, that didn't go TV 14.
The legacy virus, right? Is it the legacy virus?
I don't know if it was the legacy virus or not.
No, not the legacy virus.
No.
You know what's funny?
No. Talk about the sequel trilogy. I go on the stream. They're talking about. I go on Instagram, and somebody's posting something from the sequel trilogy up on the.
Well, because your feed is all Star Wars. Really? Everything is Star Wars now. It's not a conspiracy. They're feeding you what you search for.
At the end of the day, these films are intended. These films are intended for children. Okay.
Yes.
Just
yes.
Face it.
They were intended for children. I don't know what they are now.
That's also a good point.
Just remember, we still have sight. Oh, I didn't even come up. What the hell? Oh, we still have Scott Summers as a Spider-Verse variant.
It's like, hey, how can I make Scott Summers even shittier of a shitty character than he is?
I'm gonna need you to chill out on the disrespect of Scott Summers.
And he's far from a hero.
Biggest dick in the Marvel universe.
Spider-Claw.
Scott Summers is Spider-Claw is weapon 8.
I don't know what I hate more.
I think he's weapon 8 or 9.
Superior Spider-Man or this bullshit.
So Marvel introduces Wolverine's next worst enemy.
He's an 8-legged spider.
Yeah,
and he's Cyclops too. You got 2 for the price of 1.
I think it's called running out of ideas.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Well, this is for all you people that love Wolverine, you bastards. I blame everybody that bought a Wolverine cover and made that book one of the biggest books ever. You bastard. And for people that don't know what Wolverine is Wolverine.
What am I looking at?
Ghost Rider and Wolverine.
Where's his head at?
It's there.
His head's right there underneath the flame. It's just
that's the wrong kind of mashup there, buddy.
Yeah.
No.
People love this stuff.
How?
People love this cover. People bought this in droves and sold it again. What is it going for now, Joe? What was it? $35, $40 for
$30 to $40.
A $4 book.
Yeah, it was. And this wasn't a ratio or anything. This was just an open order book.
You could have just walked in and picked this up, and people were paying $35 for this ugly cover.
It was as high as around 50, It was down around 20 to 25 and then back up around 30 to 40. So,
but I think this is where we're going to end the show because we're almost going to hit 3 hours. Holy shit.
Oh boy.
Please hit the like button for everyone that participated tonight. If you haven't subscribed to Dial's channel, if you haven't, please do so. It's I Am Dial on YouTube's, Renovision on the YouTube's, Brian Master of None, and Sticks Boy doing his stuff he does over there. Fortnite. He's pretty good at Fortnite. He only dies like 15 times in 20
He's
seconds.
the oldest kid playing Fortnite. Everybody's kids.
You know, Sticks was born during the Civil War, so just saying.
At least he's still a kid. He was born in the 1900s, and he's still.
Please hit that like button. The likes and comments help the stream. I'm trying to get to 1K subs. I only need like 46 subs to get to 1K.
How many more DC variants you need?
907.
45. DC
so you're actually about the same for your subs and your DC. So each one you get a new sub.
You're right. Look at this. The kill time, I even started pressing over here with my pressing machine. Pressing comics as we speak.
He's sweating to the oldies.
Yeah. So please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, support everyone's channel that is friends of the show, and you will be able to catch me and possibly DL sometime this week. Maybe on a pop-up show, if anybody's interested, and maybe Dom. And you owe me, Max, so you better be there. You press comics, I press warp vinyl. Ooh. I might need you. Might need your services. But have a good night. Take care, everyone. Thank you for showing up. And hit the like button on the way out when I turn the lights off. Good night.